That's not how the Force works.
I don't care!
You'd better put a chick in it. And make it fucking gay as fuck.
Going somewhere?
And I want it lame!
Put her on a path of her own choosing, so that no matter which direction she takes, we'll always be one step ahead of her.
What?
That is so lame!
Yeah, I think I remember seeing the movie. There's one scene that sticks out, and it probably sticks out for everybody, which is that, have you heard the tragedy of Darth Plagueis the Wise?
G'day guys and welcome back to Casual Rage. Prepare to start the show, R2. This is where the fun begins. Yo! G'day guys and welcome to Casual Rage 230, where we casually rage out about the topics of the week. There's actually, I don't really know what's going on with entertainment right now. It kind of feels like we're in this weird place where sort of nothing's really happening. There's things coming, but there's not much excitement for the things that are coming. Maybe there's excitement for the things that are coming, but all for the wrong reasons, Like, I know that I'm excited for Mandalorian and Grogu. Can't wait. I can't wait. But it's not for the reasons that I want it to be. The fact that I love Star Wars and I actually want it to be good. It's because I'm already anticipating the disaster. But how y'all doing? It's good to see you. We got a little bit to go over today. There is some Star Wars news. I do find it funny that this hunt for the Ben Solo thing is doing what it's doing. I think is the best way to put it. Like, it's bringing the Reylos back out of the woodwork. But, like, it almost feels like they're trying to get this thing trending, but there's just not enough of them. And like it really does feel like that because it's not trending. And I actually think maybe there's a lot of talk in like because I am not paying attention as much as I was before. And it's an intentional decision that I made to not pay attention to it because I just get angry. Like it was like last week when we watched Josh's video, right? I'm not paying attention to that stuff much anymore. Like, and I used to all the time. But so yeah, we got a little bit of Star Wars stuff, obviously, to do with that. We got a little bit of Marvel Doomsday kind of stuff. We'll talk a little bit about Sydney Sweeney, and there's a couple of things that popped up as I was sort of getting prepared. Like something that I'm looking at right now that I don't even remember grabbing. Oh, yes. No, I do. And we got a couple of videos maybe that we'll watch as well. Like I was thinking maybe we'll watch a Grizzy video because we haven't watched a Grizzy video for a while. It's a way that we can sometimes see what the shills are saying without having to watch the shills. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? Doomsday. How you doing, Beta Bucks Deluxe? Let's see who we've got here in the chat. We've got King Chris. Yo, how you doing, King Chris? Good to see you. We got SWA in the chat. Now I have to watch Lethal Weapon also. I don't understand why that's the first thing that you're saying. Is it something in the title? Was it something in one of the intros? No. I don't know. Oh, no. Oh, no. I thought for a second then the I don't care is from that, but it's not. That's from The Fugitive. Anyway, I don't know that's in reference to, SWA. We got Papa Palpatine's Pizza Padawan. How you doing? Fear of FEMA. Mike Hill, the great Mike Hill. How you doing, Mike? Good to see you. Gabriel Knight, Darth Plagueis the Wise. Yes.
Yeah, I think I remember seeing the movie. There's one scene that sticks out, and it probably sticks out for everybody, which is that, have you heard the tragedy of Darth Plagueis the Wise?
The thing is with something like that is like maybe when he read the book, but like this is the thing. We've heard how it's pronounced in the movies. Once you hear that, you can't unhear that. So even if you read the word Plagueis, you're not going to read it as Plagueis after you've heard it. Now, I can understand, like, it's a bit like, I don't know if you guys have ever seen, excuse me, when George Lucas was sort of like trying to get, Jake Lloyd was having problems with the word Coruscant. And it's because he never heard how the word was pronounced before he got the script. So when he's reading it, he kept pronouncing it as Coruscant or something like that. I can't remember exactly. And it was really hard, even after he got told what it was for him. But that's because he learned his script. He learned his words and he memorized it. And it was just, it was on like a conveyor belt, basically. And that's pretty good for a kid actor too, I must admit. But yeah, like it's the same sort of, I kind of feel like maybe that's the same sort of thing, but I don't know. I reckon you've heard that name before you had read the name. Like I know that I saw and heard the pronunciation of Plagueis. Oh wow, Plagueis. It almost fucked me up. Plagueis. Can't believe that. Before I read it. That would have got clipped if I had completed that. We got Chopped, Beta Bucks Deluxe. Let's fucking go. Let's fucking go indeed. SWA with 5 gifted memberships. I wonder if, thank you very much for that. I wonder, did I already give away my gifted memberships or no? Yeah, I already gave them away this month. I was going to say I'd match you with the 5, but thank you very much, SWA, for the 5 gifted memberships. Chips. I can't speak fucking properly today. What the fuck's wrong with me? entertainment, does it even exist anymore? Well, see, that's what I'm talking about. Like, even doing these streams now, like, I know that I used to be heavily, obviously, majority, if not nearly entire in the entirety of the streams were Star Wars topics, Star Wars related for a long time. And there was always Marvel stuff that would pop in and out, and I'd talk about certain things here and there. But spreading out now into like maybe a little bit more, like obviously I'm still going to be concentrated on Star Wars, but there's going to be a little bit more of just the pop culture stuff. I don't even know what to, like, I'm not watching really anything new right now. Like I got like a list of movies that I need to get through and watch. But like even now with me playing fucking Ghost of Tsushima, man, I played so late last night. I'm so tired today. I woke up fucking this morning and I'm like, whoa. And like I tried to go back to sleep because I thought, man, I could at least do with another hour or two. I just couldn't get back to sleep. Like, you know, when it starts coming into springtime and the weather starts warming up and like you wake up, fucking got up, took a piss, jumped back into bed, and I'm like, I'm not going to go back to sleep. So I'm a bit tired, even though I'm tired. But yes, no, entertainment doesn't really exist anymore. Beta Bucks Deluxe, it really doesn't. Soul Assassin, how you doing? Good to see you, Soul Assassin. We've got OG Star Wars, Alora, good to see you. What is the Visions thing? Well, we're going to talk a little bit about that. It's quite incredible to me that Visions has made it 3 seasons. Well, it's incredible based on the fact that it's really actually kind of the only show that's been able to consistently do sort of 3 seasons. You look at The Mandalorian. Yeah, they did 3 seasons, but each season was different from the next. It progressively got worse. Not that I think season 1 was any good, but it did progressively get worse, and they can't do anything with actual Star Wars, whereas Visions is supposed to be this separate thing. It's not a part of the canon. It's not a part of anything. Yeah, I think it did drop today. I've got the trailer thing. We're going to have a look at it. We'll talk a little bit more about it. What did Gabriel not? Hang on. Or Joshy Boy, the flip flopper. Oh, you're responding. Yeah, okay. Man, you could call him a flip flopper, but the thing is he hasn't really flipped and flopped. He's been like, I don't know. It is, but it isn't, because he is such a Disney Star Wars seal, like, you know, yay. And it almost feels like he does follow the trend. And I read that as or because the apostrophe made that look like an R to me. That's how bad my eyes are. Let's see. Yes, Doomsday. Yep. Doing all right. That's good to hear. Spaceballs and Lethal Weapon. Dude, I'm kind of excited for Spaceballs. But like, I don't know. I haven't seen Naked Gun and I haven't seen Happy Gilmore, like 2. And I've heard that Happy Gilmore 2 is actually not that good, whereas Naked Gun is actually really good. And I feel like because comedy is so dead right now, and satire and all those things, and so many things that Spaceballs will need to rely on to be good and funny, I don't, it's going to be an interesting one to say the least. Beta Bucks Deluxe for $20. Plygius, what the fuck? Yeah, I don't know. I don't understand. And that's a Lucasfilm author, right? Does it actually?
Yeah, I think I remember seeing the movie. There's one scene that sticks.
Hang on, I'm gonna get rid of the highlight. Hold on one second. Oh my God.
Yeah, I think I remember seeing the movie. There's one scene that sticks out, and it probably
This is, yeah, so that's the Lucasfilm Publishing team. Pelagius. Fucking hell, man. I think we can all remember Darth Pelagius the Wise. Thank you, Beta Bucks Deluxe, for the $20. Fuck. You know, I was thinking about like MegaCon next year and like the massive sort of meetup, like everyone's going to be there. It would be so awesome to go. I don't think I'm going to be able to. I was talking about this last night on my gaming while I was playing Ghost of Tsushima. But you know, I was actually looking at my finances throughout this week, and it's just not good. And I'm hoping that maybe there might be a possibility that if Gary is willing to have like a bit of a meetup or something in Japan when they go to Japan next year. I heard that get announced. I might look into that because it's going to be a hell of a lot cheaper for me. And I would like to go see Japan. It's, you know, Lethal and Blabs went, and a few others went. I think it was last year. Yeah, it was last year around the time that I was in America. And then I also had a friend at work go and had a blast. So it's been making me want to go more and more. The Geek Blend. How you doing, Jeff? Good to see you. All the sources are Sparrow. Yeah, I've been hearing that as well. Obviously, watching Ryan's streams and him talking about it, he's getting more and more excited about it the more he talks about it. In fact, he did a stream and he was talking about how, like, you know, he'd want to go and he's going to try and organize to go and all of this kind of stuff. And then, like, somebody sent him $3,000 in super chats. It was incredible. It was incredible. That's awesome. I need $3,000 right now just to fucking get my debts in order, my backlog of debts. But anyway, let's not get into that. I don't want to talk about that right now. That's depressing shit. Let's get into. Hi everyone, thanks for being here. Let's get into. Oh look, just it's not really politics actually. It does have to do with JD Vance though, but it's fucking hilarious. Because JD Vance made an appearance on Pod Force 1. Now, this chick, I must admit, she sounds Australian. But this is hilarious. Hang on a second. SWA for $5 says, I was saying that I haven't watched Spaceballs or Lethal Weapon yet. I plan to watch it soon. Dude. Lethal Weapon, watch them all. Watch them all. They're all good. There obviously are better ones than others. But they are all really good. And Spaceballs, yeah, make sure you don't miss Spaceballs, man. Spaceballs is very important. You don't have to tell me. I'm curious, though, how old you are, SWA. You don't have to say, though, obviously. And the Geek Blend comes in with $50, brother. You didn't need to do that. Thank you so much. For $50, he says, good evening, mate. It would be great to get you over here to the States. Well, dude, I've been talking about it more and more, especially with all the shit that's going on right now here in Australia. But I understand that that's expensive as shit. Hope all is well. Yes, well, all is well. But it is fucking a hell of a decision and a hell of an expensive thing to do. But the more and more we keep getting these tyrannical laws, these tyrannical rules, the government just disregards actual Australians and calls them Nazis, racists, blah, 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 you know, all the buzzwords. the more it just makes me want to get out. But like, the thing that I see is like, okay, I look at America now, and yes, under Trump, maybe well, I think it's definitely a lot better personally, just looking from the outside looking in. But, you know, and I would assume that JD Vance is probably going to be the next president. Or I would at least hope that the Trump policies and plans and everything can continue into the future. Then that would be great. But the possibility is always there that fucking the next government that does come in is a fucking leftist government that fucking just takes it, turns everything to shit again. Like, that's the problem that I find is no matter where you go, there's always the risk. I just think that maybe America right now is the lowest risk, the lowest common denominator when it comes to risk. You know, I certainly don't feel free in my own country anymore. I don't feel Australian in my own country anymore, and that's sad. For weekends after weekends after weekends right now, I'm seeing Australian flags being burnt in the city. Fucking terrorist flags being flown and allowed to be flown. And then the politicians and the mainstream media come out and basically say that the peaceful Australian protesters and the ones that want essentially Australia first, you could almost say the Make Australia Great Again gang, the MAGA Australians, just labeling them, and they're the most peaceful protesters. Even the fucking police commissioner came out and the news reported it differently. They edited it. He actually specifically called out the leftists and all of that sort of thing. And they're the ones that are being violent. And every news station, 10, 9, 7, all of them edited the footage. It's crazy. It's crazy. That's not reporting news. You are not a journalist. They call themselves journalists. They are not journalists. So yes, Jeff, I would love to come to the States, but fuck. We'll have to wait and see. Oh, dude. It's crazy. Fucking crazy. Jordan Star Wars, I see you. Lara A. I've always got to give her a shout out because she never stays. She always comes back and watches later as she's saying that she's going to be. I'm still triggering the Raylos Star Wars sequel trilogy fans. It has been hilarious. Yes. Good job, Lara. Good to see you. We'll see you on the replay. Thank you. Moon, how you doing? They are entertainment. News is no more. I don't know. Like, I don't even think they're entertainment. You know what I actually think that they are? Fearmongers. And you know how I know that they're fearmongers? Because when was it? Tuesday this week? So Monday night. I think it was Monday night. Anyway, it's kind of irrelevant. Monday night, the news was on, and the first thing that they actually come on, and I always change the channel if it comes up on the TV because I don't want to give them the rating, but also too, I don't watch the news. But the first report that comes up, you know how they always play the biggest story first, the breaking news? So the breaking news was a weather report. And I'm like, what? So I actually turned the volume up, and they are talking about this storm that's going to come through tomorrow on the Tuesday at around 4 o'clock. And it's going to be a destructive storm and blah, 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 blah. And all I was thinking in my head is what? Like the same storm that comes through every year. And yes, it's just destructive storm. It gets very fucking windy. It rips off houses, trees fall down and all of this kind of thing. There's been deaths in the past from these storms. Not massive amounts, not like tornadoes or anything like that, but there has been these things. And the way that they're reporting it is so like fearmonger. It was crazy. I couldn't believe it. They could have just done the weather report at the end and told people, be careful. It's going to be windy. Make sure you take care out on the roads. Because, dude, sometimes when you are driving and those windstorms are coming through, you can feel it pushing your car. But the way that they were reporting it, and that's how I know they're not news reporters, they're fearmongers, and they just want you living in fear constantly. And it's funny that they use basically the left, and they support the left to push their fearmongering. How did we lose fucking? Did I just get too much into politics? Anyway, this is funny when it comes to politics.
He has this command place, which is basically if I snap my finger and point, he will run to that place and lay down.
You don't have to zap him.
No. Not like Hassan Piker. No.
Wasn't that disgusting?
No electrocution of dogs here.
How disgusting is that? What is it?
She sounds Australian. How disgusting is that? Is she Australian?
Tell you about a person.
I think it tells you that they're not that they're bad people.
Yes.
If you can actually cause suffering to an innocent animal, you're probably the kind of person who doesn't worry about suffering in people as well.
Yeah.
And
which is very true. It's a great point. And I mean, look, from stuff Hassan has said and basically streamed in the past, that he's proven that he doesn't care about people. He's proven that he doesn't obviously care about animals. He doesn't care about anyone but himself.
that's been my experience. If you mistreat dogs, that's almost 100% sign that you're going to be a really terrible person. So it's one of the ways, we really sort of test people is if Atlas responds well to them, if they like Atlas, we know they're good people. But you can tell if somebody's really mean to animals, it's like the Jeffrey Dahmer thing.
Yeah.
Like every serial killer ever has actually been really bad to animals. That's sort of how they started.
So funny.
He has this.
I'm sorry, but that's so funny to me because it's the vice president of the United States. And he was just obviously having a conversation and talking about his own dog and how I don't even think that this evolved originally from having the Hassan conversation. And that's why he sort of laughs when she mentions it, because it kind of does open the door to him to just have a little bit of a poke. It's so, like, I want to hear that again when he sort of laughs there and realizes what she's actually implying.
Command place, which is basically if I snap my finger and point, he will run to that place and lay down.
You don't have to zap him.
No.
Hassan.
That moment right there. Where you've all been there. You've all been there when somebody said something and it has taken a second to register. And as soon as it does, you lose your shit because it's so fucking funny. That's great. That's great work from the person doing the interview. That is really fucking funny. I think it's fucking hilarious. But you know what's even better about this? We get to see Hassan's reaction to it. Now, the thing that I hope doesn't happen from like any of this stuff is, like, we obviously don't have any hard evidence or proof, you could say. Well, I mean, based on what we see and based on what we hear, we've got to imply the rest, which in a court of law, that doesn't win you the case, right? That's the point that I'm trying to make. And in that instance, some people might need to actually be a little bit careful with what they say, wouldn't they? I don't know. It could get messy. That's what I'm saying. Lawsuits, He
will run to that place and lay down.
You don't have to zap him.
No.
Hassan.
I'm sorry. Every time I see that, it makes me so happy. It makes me so happy that her asking that question made him so happy.
Like Hassan Piker, no electrocution of dogs here.
How disgusting is that? What does that tell you about a person?
Well, I think it tells you that they're not that they're bad people.
Yes.
If you can actually cause suffering to an innocent animal.
Look how uncomfortable he's getting just hearing this. Like, this is the vice president of the United States talking about him zapping his dog and being cruel to animals, and then elaborating on that, and then saying that, if you can treat animals this way, I think it's fair to say that they'd be this cruel to humans, in a nutshell. And having to hear that, oh, dude. And I don't feel sorry for Hassan, obviously. Dude, my eyes and my ears tell me everything I need to know. And normally my gut feel is pretty spot on. And I think most people's gut feels are pretty spot on. when they see certain things, it starts all adding up, you know. Oh no, Beta Bucks Deluxe for $20. Later, dude. Got to run. Good night, Mr. Rhino. Good night, dude. Well, if you come back for the replay, thank you for coming back. Smash the like button on the way out. Thanks, dude. I appreciate you. On the way out, dude. I reckon Beta Bucks Deluxe smashed the like button when he came in. So saying that's pretty fucking pointless. Dude, you're a legend. Thank you so much for the super chats. You are very supportive, and I appreciate that too. I hate it. The way that sounds is almost like, Pizza Party one. Like, no, obviously I appreciate everyone. But like, people do come in and they throw support for me sitting here streaming. And I, obviously appreciate that. I appreciate Papa Palpatine's Pizza Padawan and SWA and everyone here. I really do. I hate the way that sounded though. Anyway, you know what I'm saying. At least I hope you know what I'm saying. Being cruel to small animals, especially pets, is a real flag. A red flag for psycho behavior later in life. I think it's a red flag for psycho behavior, like right now. To me, that's psycho behavior. If you get enjoyment out of pain, causing pain or torturing, like that video of Hassan when he's training his new dog and he's got his old dog and they're in the cage, and the way he's laughing at the situation and everything, dude, that's psycho behavior right there. It might manifest itself differently later in life. I'll say that, Moon. And it could very well get worse, and more often than not, if not treated or not, cared for or whatever, it would probably evolve into something a lot worse. But I don't think that, the cruelty to animals earlier in life is a red flag for psycho behavior later in life. That is psycho behavior. It just manifests itself differently because it's kind of like when people, serial killers or something like that, they get away with one murder and then like that hunger comes maybe to try and get away with another one and get away with another one. And that becomes the game, right? And they get worse and worse and worse and progressively worse. I just think psychopaths the same. Well, it is the same thing, isn't it? A serial killer is a psychopath. The way that they think, the way that is, it just, again, it will manifest itself differently in people like maybe Hassan. To the point where just giving the dog a shock isn't enough anymore.
Animal, you're probably the kind of person who doesn't worry about suffering in people as well.
Yeah.
And that's been my experience. If you mistreat dogs, that's almost 100%.
I want to hear what Hassan, like, I haven't watched this clip, and I really want to hear Hassan, like, what he says.
Sign that you're going to be a really terrible person. So
JD Vance has done spot training for his own dog, so he knows that it is not an abusive practice.
Yes, but there's a difference between, like I was saying it, I've had friends that have had dogs and, they call it bed. Go to your bed, or, some people call it place, or like, there are commands. You do train animals. They do have their certain places. You ask them, you give them a command, they go to that place, they do that thing, whatever the case may be. Yes, you domesticate your pets, they become, parts of the family, all of that sort of thing. But there's a difference between, like, your dog came off, I can't even remember in the video now, did he actually say go back to your place and then zapped? That's where we have the problem. Nobody's got a problem with you telling your dog to go back to its place. I mean, in a sense, maybe. Go to your chair, Rhino. What? How you doing, Blake? Nobody's got a problem with you training your dog and having commands for your pet. Having specific commands for your pet, for places and shit like that. Oh, go to your chair, Rhino. You're giving me a command. Thank you. Fuck you. Oh, fuck, Blake. But what we do have a problem with is then you torturing the dog after you give the command. Even then, the dog was probably going to obey your command. Or maybe didn't want to. Maybe just wanted to stretch its legs a little bit. You didn't even give the dog an opportunity to do that. It literally put one paw on the ground. It was like a fucking a red alert went off. Dude. Mike Hill. I can't believe that either, dude. For his 47-month member chat. 47 months. Dude, now that's support. That's crazy support. And I appreciate that. Can't believe it next month will be 4 years subscribed. Dude. 4 years as a member. You probably subscribed longer than that. Thank you so much for that. That's awesome. Become a member today. All you get is emojis. But, you know, you get to help me out a little bit. Appreciate you. Hello. Hello. How you doing? Cannibal the Dragon. I like that.
And yet he is still leaning into this fucking idea that I'm like abusing my dog, which is crazy because
it's not.
Hello, Kristi Noem, the secretary
Who's that?
of the Department of Homeland Security,
Yeah.
shot her puppy point blank. ISIS.
Okay, we're not talking about her. Like, she'll get her comeuppance or whatever you want to say. She'll fucking get her shit for whatever she's done. We're talking about you.
Execution style, and then threw the puppy's body in a goddamn landfill in front of construction workers.
That's not okay.
And the only reason why we know about it is because she wrote about it in her book.
Okay, so what are you saying? What are you saying? I don't understand the premise of your argument, dude. We're talking about you shocking your dog. Look, at the end of the day, the Vice President of the United States definitely has a lot more on his plate than to worry about a retarded Twitch streamer like you, Hassan, shocking your dog. He just knows about it because it's in the zeitgeist and he pays attention. He fucking memes. He fucking jumps on the memes. He loves the meme. Like, that's out there. People are going to know, right? And the interviewer was the one that brought it up. And he had just elaborated on the thought, on the question, on the idea. It made him laugh, and it made me laugh, which is great, right? But what is then deflecting and going to somebody else that killed her dog, execution style, point blank, and then chucked the dog in a quarry with all these construction people working, and the only reason why we know about it is because she wrote about it in her book. What, JD Vance reads every book in the fucking world? You better do something about this one, fucking Vice President. Dude, he's not coming after you to cancel you or anything like that. He's having a laugh at your expense, calling out your disgusting behavior and leaving it at that. I don't think it's necessarily on the Vice President of the United States radar to be going out there trying to get fucking animal abusive streamers cancelled. You absolute fucking moron. And this is the thing. Because he can't dispute the accusations towards him, he has to deflect and say, why aren't you talking about this? This is worse. She killed her dog. All I did was shock my dog, but I'm not going to admit to that. I vibrated my dog. I vibrated my dog. Oh, but then after I told you that this was the collar that she was wearing, she wasn't actually wearing a collar. Like, he keeps digging the grave. He keeps digging it and digging it and digging it and digging it. But the fact that he thinks that this is in JD Vance's zeitgeist at all, he just knows about it because it's in the zeitgeist.
What is happening? It is so transparent that these people not only do not give a shit about animal welfare, they don't give a shit about human welfare either. Because remember,
Oh my God. He is using fucking JD Vance's argument towards Hassan against these people. Not just JD Vance. Everybody, me included, Flash, all of these people that have called him out for his animal abuse and the evidence and everything that we've seen and everything that's been shown, everything that's been revealed. And then he tries to say these people do exactly what fucking, like, they're abusive to animals, they're abusive to humans. Fucking, that's what JD Vance just said about you. You've got no argument. You've got no argument.
not only do not give a shit about animal
animals.
welfare, they don't give a shit about human welfare either. Because remember, this is the vice president we're talking about.
Yes.
The vice president of the United States
Yes.
is
Who the interviewer just made him piss himself laughing because at your expense.
talking about Reddit, Twitter drama while we're at the precipice of 40 million American citizens losing their SNAP benefits, as in
Oh my
40 million
God.
Americans are about to starve.
Oh my God. See, this is his premise, is that talking about me and my animal abuse and not calling out other people for their animal abuse is more important than making sure that 40 million Americans have their SNAP benefits. It's so stupid. It's so stupid. These people can't get out of their own narratives. They can't look past their own narratives. They can't see that what actually happened in that interview is JD Vance was talking about his own dog and giving his own dog a command and telling it to go to its place or whatever the case may be. And the interviewer said, "Oh, so you don't need to use a shock collar." And it made him laugh. And then he obviously had to make a statement. He can't like not say anything. So he makes a statement about how disgusted he is at the premise that you are a fucking animal abuser based on the evidence that we've seen. And it doesn't mean that is the the biggest thing on fucking, or at the top of JD Vance's list of fucking things that need to be taken care of. It's so stupid. It's so stupid. Because he truly thinks that JD Vance thinks that Hassan Piker and Hassan Piker's Doggate shit is more important than the closing down of the government and people not getting their food stamps and shit. It's certainly funnier. Fucking hell.
Okay. 40 million Americans are about to starve in 2 days.
This is deflection. Why can't you dispute the facts of basically him calling you out for being an animal abuser? Because you got nothing to dispute, dispute it.
Because the administration does not want to use the existing $6 billion that they have in their contingency funds to keep giving money to people.
How far do you think $6 billion is going to go to 40 million people?
They are going to go to food banks, which will not be able to make up for the lack of SNAP benefits that they get.
This is the other thing too. What, like, I understand that there's people out there that need some of these benefits that might be disabled, there might be genuine reasons why these people need assistance, need our assistance as taxpayers, essentially, or in America, obviously, all the American taxpayers. I'm just going to talk about it in general. We live in a Western fucking country here, and it's basically sort of the same thing. We give out so much welfare. I don't have a problem paying for those people and helping them survive. Right? It's the ones that are taking advantage of the system. I don't know if you've watched any of this Caleb guy. He does the financial audit stuff. Mate, he's great at what he does, and I love how he calls out a lot of the bullshit. And it is just all in fun and games. Apparently, they all talk about it. It's all approved sort of thing and everything beforehand, and sometimes he does go too far, right? But there's been so many people that have exposed themselves for hypocrisy, lying, fucking, actual offenses. against, like, you know, fuck, if you're found to be committing fraud to get settling payments and stuff like that, you can face prison time here in Australia. You can face jail time. And there are people that have done it. There are people that have done it. There were, back in the day when the news was actually news, there was reports of people embezzling $200,000 through Centrelink for falsely reporting children and shit like that. And that just also goes to show how bad that government entity is, because they don't even check that shit. Again, I don't like getting into the politics stuff all that much, to be honest with you. But it is, I will say, right now in this day and age, pop culture and fucking politics, it's almost all the fucking same. Everything is politics now because people are so fucked up. People are so fucked up. People won't even converse with you depending on your politics now. It's crazy. It's actually fucking crazy. I just find this thing with Hassan hilarious because he tried to use JD Vance's basic argument that, you know, if you're this cruel to animals, you're going to be this cruel to humans. And he then says, well, there's only two things. These people don't like animals and they fucking hate humans. Like, you're a fucking idiot. You are a fucking, like, you are, I know that I'm a brain dead moron. Like, I am retarded. I'm stupid. I go through fucking massive stages of having trouble with reading because of my dyslexia and shit like that. And it's embarrassing. And I know that I'm stupid. I know that I'm stupid, but I'm still not as fucking dumb as you. Like, I am dead set based on what I just saw and what I heard you say. And I've watched a lot of you, not a lot. I don't sit there and watch his streams or anything like that. I've seen a lot of clips of you, Hassan, and the shit that you say and the rhetoric that you spew and all of that kind of shit, right? You are the definition of retarded. And a lot of the leftists out there are the pure definition of a living outside of the realms of reality retard. Like, that's what you are. You see the facts, and in your brain, somehow you skew those facts into telling the person that's giving you the facts to follow the science and that you're wrong. Like, I don't get it. I don't know how your brain twists information like that. Brings you to these conclusions. I just don't get it. I just don't get it. These are the dumbest people in the world. These are the idiocracy people. These are the people that want civilization to end up like idiocracy. And that's Hassan Piker, ladies and gentlemen. Fuck, that went for fucking a while. But yeah, I love that. Can we just watch that one more time? I want to see JD Vance's reaction because I got a little angry there, and this will make me happy. This will make me happy.
He has this command place, which is basically if I snap my finger and point, he will run to that place and lay down.
You don't have to zap him.
No.
Hassan,
not like Hassan Piker. No,
Wasn't that disgusting?
No electrocution of dogs here.
How disgusting is that? What does that tell you?
See, this is the thing. Hassan sees this little interaction, it's almost like an interruption to the actual interview. A little comedic interruption to the interview. And he sees that as the vice president thinks that this is more important than the food fucking things. Stamps. The fucking snap shit, whatever. God. I just love, he's like, no, and then laugh.
Place, which is basically if I snap my finger and point, he will run to that place and lay down.
You don't have to zap him.
No.
Hassan.
I love JD Vance. I don't know. I think JD Vance is great. I think he, like, I remember, like, and again, I'm not American, obviously, but like, I remember when Trump picked him as his VP and everybody's like, that's a mistake, blah, 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 blah. One of the, if not the best decision out of Trump's entire selections and administration and everything was JD Vance. I don't know what it is. He's fucking unreal. He's fucking unreal. Fucking Jeremy, I saw it. Let's see if I can find it really quickly. Oh, man. Jeremy replied to, like, hang on, maybe it's in here. No, it doesn't. I can't see it. It was like how I pronounce the F in "fuck yeah, this is what I voted for," and it's got Homer going like this, like that. So it's like, "Fuck yeah, this is what I voted for." It was a good meme. Made me laugh, but I can't find it. But yeah, son fucking Piker. Oh, and look what I've done. I've actually gone and done bad. Oh, that's not good. I had another tab up and I accidentally used that tab to go searching for Jeremy's thing, and now I don't know what I actually had up. But I know it had to do with Sydney Sweeney, and it doesn't really matter because we've still got more to show anyway for that. So Sydney Sweeney is hot. She's very, very sexy. She's got a lot of charisma. And I don't think it's been, I don't know, what's the word? Like, I don't think she's made it like fully well known out there, like who she votes for or where she stands. But just looking at her, looking at the way she acts and everything, you would think that she's a bit more of a Republican, a bit more of a conservative than she would be a leftist. That's for sure. And she decided to go to the World Series, and there was a little bit of an ad thing that she did, and I want to watch it and just, you know, react to it with you guys because she is so hot. But this is what she's doing. So this is she posted, I think, a lot of these photos on her Instagram or something. She's eating a hot dog. I think that's what I actually had up before. She's even playing into it. Look at the tongue. She's got the tongue out and she's eating a hot dog. You don't eat a hot dog with your tongue, but you can. And that, like, great shot. Great shot. Who's taking the photo? I feel jealous of the person taking the photo. Unless she's just got the timer set up on a fucking thing somewhere. Anyway, she's fucking hot. And did you see Ohtani? Have you been, like, I mean, I'm not a massive baseball person or anything like that, but there was one game where he threw like almost, I don't know exactly what you call it. I don't know the baseball terms and all of that sort of thing, but he got like fucking a heap of people out, like 10 people out or something like that. Had no runs like scored against him or anything like that as a pitcher. And then he hit 3 home runs to clear the bases, and it was just insane. An insane performance. I watched a little short of somebody fully breaking it down, and I was like, whoa, that's insane. What the terms like home run? I know what a home run is. But yeah, man, like fucking insane. I reckon I mean, look, I'm no baseball expert or anything like that, but just based on how much almost like the world knows him. And I don't think anybody, like there are a couple of baseball players, like legends and stuff like that people have heard about. And I mean, I will say maybe the internet has a bit to do with that as well. People are able to see a lot more. But fuck, has he been killing it or what? But yeah, this was the little Game 4 teaser that Sydney Sweeney did, which I think is great.
Given the setting, it would be appropriate to dust the story in movie magic, right? Why not romanticize a bit? Why not roll out the red carpet for our guests and place their names exactly where they belong? High above the streets and shining lights. Why not? Because the truth is, chasing this dream isn't glamorous. It's not perfect or effortless. The road here isn't silk and champagne. Okay, that's not entirely true.
She's playing into it.
It's over 170 games. It's dog days, summer days, and rainy days.
Drills one, forget about it.
It's buses at midnight and flights that land when the sun's already up.
Kirk has changed game 3.
Winning, real winning, isn't polished. It's bruised.
Play at the plate. He scores from first.
It's messy.
He's out.
It's imperfect. It's everything you can't fake.
Shohei Ohtani, the stuff of legend.
It's earned. It's beautiful on its own.
Has ended it on a game 3 classic.
Let's just save the Hollywood for the ending. Welcome to Game 4 of the World Series on Fox.
You know what's really funny is that throughout this entire like Game 4 teaser commercial, they didn't need to cut to any of the action stuff. You could have literally had it on this the entire time and just her talking about it, have the audio of these things going on in the
Buses
background.
at midnight and flights that land when the sun's already up.
In the crowd cheering. You could have the audio in the background, but you could literally leave it on this and it would have been probably better. Probably better. But like apparently this anything Sydney Sweeney does creates a meltdown. I don't know if there's much in the comments of this. I saw a couple of people talking about it on Twitter. Surprise great intro. Saw hateful content. So there's a lot more. I think there's a bit more positivity on here. She was out today responding MAGA, representing, MAGA, and the Dodgers lost. MAGA question mark? Well, yeah. I mean, this is on not on an official page or anything like that, but yeah, it's been interesting to see. It's just crazy to me how dare she? How dare she? Look at that. She's such a tease, man. She knows what she's doing. That's funny. Oh, shit. I better be careful. Because I did see she did a red carpet thing and she's got a bit of nipple showing. But I see that. Like she does the red carpet thing and yeah, she's right into the sex appeal, all of that sort of thing, and it's totally fine. But I feel like in the Hollywood zeitgeist, when she's doing red carpets and she's strutting around with this very see-through sort of skimpy outfit, nipples showing, that sort of thing, I don't know whether or not that's like the Hollywood bubble crazy crap coming out. I don't know whether or not she would. I don't know. I'd have to actually see how she is interacting maybe in an interview wearing that thing to know whether or not she's comfortable. Just to see how she is. You know what I'm saying? But she could just be like, despite how we feel about her, she could just have based takes, but she could still be a crazy fucking Hollywood person. I would hope not, though. But yes, Sydney Sweeney, damn you for fucking being so damn hot. Good on you for triggering the libs every fucking time you do something. You breathe and the libs go fucking crazy. And that's good. Sex sells. It always has. It always will. And the people that understand that and take advantage of that are the ones that they're just normal, as far as I'm concerned. It always has been the case. Oh, so misogynistic. Dude, fuck off. Women are worse in some cases than men. Women will judge way more than men, especially when it comes to judging other women. Give me a break, misogynistic. Fucking, we like beautiful women. There's nothing fucking wrong with that. But, you know, we also love a woman to have pride in themselves. And, well, not like, you know, pride, one of the deadly sins, but like, you know, have good morals and personality and, you know, not just be an absolute fucking nightmare of a fucking human being. Anyway. Let's get into a little bit of a Star Wars thing, and then we'll go off the Star Wars thing, and then we'll go back to Star Wars thing. How's that sound? Let me bring this up. So, I don't know why, and I just wanted to bring this up, but I don't know why this is, well, I kind of do know why this is sort of being brought up now. And it's because Star Wars, like I said, has pretty much been fucked for the last 6 months. And I knew it. As soon as we hit the middle of the year and I'd realized, because I honestly thought that there wasn't going to be a crossover of the series or the shows that they came out with this year. I thought that they were going to do, and I can't even remember the two things. What was it? Andor and whatever the other thing was. I thought that they were going to do that in the second half of the year, but they blew their load early. And it, you know, since maybe June, July, somewhere around there, fucking Star Wars, Lucasfilm has had absolutely nothing. And to me, making some sort of announcement like this is evidence of that. Star Wars A New Hope 50th anniversary is slated to release in IMAX. Now, there might be something to do with IMAX. Has it ever been in IMAX before? I don't know. Maybe there's something to do with that. But it's going to be in theaters April 30, 2027. 2027. Now, obviously, that's correct. That's 50 years. But why are you talking about it now? Why are you possibly talking about the 50th anniversary of A New Hope now? A year and a half away from it. A year and a half away from it. It doesn't make any sense to me. The only thing that does make sense to me is, like I said, they've got nothing. They've had nothing. Why do you think the Hunt for Ben Solo thing is basically within the Disney Star Wars community the fucking biggest thing going on right now? It's crazy. It's crazy. That's so stupid. We're going to get into the fucking that too, even though we talked about it last week. Honestly thought that we were going to talk about the Ben Solo thing last week, and that was going to be it. How naive am I to think that these fucking Disney weirdos, the Raylos and shit like that, weren't going to jump on this ridiculous bandwagon of absolutely nothingness? I don't even know what the fuck they're fighting for. I swear the people at Lucasfilm are looking at them, the fans that they've culminated, the ones that they want, and now they're laughing at them. Like, why do you think that? Why do you think Bob Iger made the decision not to fucking do it, if it was even that in the end? I mean, the only information that we've got from this that is actual factual is that Adam Driver said that he was working on this script, that he presented it to Lucasfilm. Lucasfilm said yes. Disney said no. That's it. And it was after the sequel trilogy. Why do you think Disney said no? They just lost a fucking shit ton of money with Solo, with the rise of Skywalker. Now that we've had the fucking reveal of the fucking budget for that, $600 million. The Last Jedi blew the fucking franchise to pieces. What makes you think that it would be a good idea back then or even now for them to do the Ben Solo thing? I've gone off the fucking rails because Ben Solo's coming up later. Like I said, Star Wars news right now, Star Wars is in such a bad place that they don't even know what to report and what not to report, what to leak, what to put out there and what not to put out there because they actually don't have anything because they've got no plan. They don't actually know what they're doing. To me, the Mandalorian and Grogu movie was a complete deflection from Charmin Obaid-Chinoid after 2023, coming into the beginning of 2024 with the fucking disastrous shit that Charmin Obaid-Chinoid was saying. They announced 3 movie projects, and the one that they announced for cover after 4 months after the fucking announcement of those 3 projects is the first one that we're getting. Do you really think they know what they're doing? They think they know. They truly, because they don't live in reality, they think that not having a plan is a plan. They actually, that is a legitimate way that a leftist retard fucking, especially in Hollywood, would think. Not having a plan is the best way to move forward. That's the plan. Don't have a plan. We'll do it as we go. And it seems to be a lot of these projects now, we were talking about entertainment earlier, it seems to be a lot of the projects now are like that. They don't storyboard it out anymore. Or if they do storyboard it out, they decide to do a running script to possibly change what their fucking story is. This is why the Rhino rages. That's right. CMAC 1989. How you doing? But yeah, entertainment is so fucked right now. And look, I want to play you something. I bought this up. I want to play the trailer for Star Wars: A New Hope. Guess what, Blake? It's only a minute long. Must only be a teaser.
Luke Skywalker was just a farm boy until he received a mysterious message from a princess.
Help me, Obi-Wan Kenobi.
She's beautiful.
Star Wars, starring Mark Hamill.
I'm Luke Skywalker. I'm here to rescue you.
Aren't you a little short for a stormtrooper?
Harrison Ford.
Boring conversation anyway.
Luke, we're gonna get company!
I think we took a wrong turn.
Carrie Fisher.
Good luck.
Alec Guinness.
You can't win, Darth. If you strike me down, I shall become more powerful than you can possibly imagine.
20th Century Fox presents the most extraordinary motion picture of all time, Star Wars.
Old school it is.
No legendary adventure of the past could be as exciting as this romance of the future.
Here they come.
May the Force be with you in Star Wars.
Now, I don't even remember that. Obviously, 1977, I wasn't even born yet. Obviously, this was put up 13 years ago on Star Wars official site. So it's definitely the trailer. But, like, that's pretty cool, isn't it? This looks fun. Yes. But, yeah, fucking... It's still a year and a half away from the 50th anniversary, and they're already making announcements. Oh, guess what? We're going to release it in IMAX. Okay, cool. We were fully expecting you for the 50th anniversary of Star Wars: A New Hope to put it in theaters. You wouldn't, obviously you're going to make this announcement again 6 months out and then 3 months out and then right on when they're about to release it. Yes, you can come and see it in IMAX. But I still don't understand why you're basically saying something like this. Now, obviously this is Culture Crave saying it, but where's he getting the information from? That's got to come from Lucasfilm. He doesn't actually put an there or anything like that. But if he's got a specific date and all of that sort of thing, Oh my god. No fucking way. No fucking way. That's awesome. That's fucking awesome. So yeah. Oh man. They got nothing. They've got nothing. And we got more evidence of that to come when we talk about Ben fucking Solo. The hunt for Ben Solo crap. That's unbelievable, though, to me. The seals and the shills, man. They are crazy. They really are. They waste their money. Oh, we got a reveal. I think I mentioned that earlier. We got a face reveal too, and a reveal of the person that paid for the plane to fly over Disney Studios. Does Netflix copyright? Does Netflix copyright claim? They wait until the unions strike back. The hunt for Ben Solo sounds like the search for Spock. Well, let's just say their Star Wars names of shows and movies in recent times have been pretty fucking shit. You know, you think about it. We had Phantom Menace, Attack of the Clones, Revenge of the Sith, A New Hope, Empire Strikes Back, Return of the Jedi. Even The Force Awakens, I don't think is a bad title. I actually don't. I think The Last Jedi is a horrible title based on the fact that what the premise of the movie is and everything. And I also think that The Rise of Skywalker is a horrible title, especially based on the premise of the movie and everything and how bad that shit is. Solo's a horrible title. Rogue One, I don't necessarily have a problem with. But again, it is just the name of the band of rebels that get together at the end of the movie, and that's where the Rogue Squadron stuff, they try to make that's where the Rogue Squadron stuff comes from. And then in the shows, you've had The Mandalorian, Ahsoka, The Book of Boba Fett, The Acolyte, Andor. Like, it's just the names of the characters. The Mandalorian and Grogu. Like, Return of the Jedi. Fucking Empire Strikes Back. Fucking Mandalorian and Grogu. Does Netflix copyright? I don't know. We're going to watch it anyway. We're going to watch it anyway. Rogue One was awesome. Well, Rogue One was good, sorry. But they messed it up with Andor. Well, I don't think that they tie together well at all. The tones are completely different. The way Andor is in Rogue One is like he's like a little kid in comparison to the development of his character throughout the series. It's like he goes back to the beginning of the series almost. Not even really. When he's searching for his sister in the brothel. You know, that entire storyline, the very opening premise plot that Andor is looking for is never addressed again. Do you know that? It's never addressed again. Oh, but his mom, his adopted mom, told him to stop looking for her because she's dead. Okay. I'm sure she said that he's dead. She's been dead in the past and fucking... Oh, now you're filling it with headcanon Rhino. Okay. All right. I don't think Andor is necessarily as good, and I think I see again where like people like Mauler and Drinker and stuff see some of the good in it. I understand what they're saying, but like I look at it from a completely different perspective. Well, not a completely different perspective. I see their perspective, but I see it from a point of view of, okay, how does this connect? How does this grow, like in the universe, all of that sort of thing. And when you've had ways that it's essentially been, the story's been told better in the EU and they pull it out and they bastardize that, I have a problem with that. I do. Oh, where did they bastardize fucking anything in fucking Andor? Dude, the whole thing, and they did keep it in there, but it was stupid. Fucking of the, the ship landing, I can't even remember. I don't even fucking care. So fucking stupid. So Eddie Murphy, there's an Eddie Murphy documentary coming out in November. Only a couple of weeks away. That I'm actually kind of interested in seeing, to be honest. Let's take a look at the trailer.
I've done so many different types of things.
Good morning, my neighbors!
You had that appointment with destiny.
He changed the way we view comedy.
Who took all the money? Shrek.
God damn, this your place?
I started so young.
Eddie was right out of high school, but he was just fearless.
My stuff took off because they'd never seen a young black person take charge.
Oh, the new sheriff in town.
He had the #1 movie, comedy special, and pop song.
It was unprecedented. He's like a miracle.
From stand-up comic to big screen sex symbol. That's what they said. I didn't say it.
He went from being the raw guy to the family guy.
You ate my slice? This is a great house to haunt. Like 100 years from now, I'm gonna be around this motherfucker. I heard him doing that laugh upstairs. Eddie never stops creating. I want to show them that I'm not like anybody in this town. I'm everybody in the scene and everything in between.
He amplified black talent.
He changed the world. Not just American culture, he changed the world.
Yeah, I guess so, yeah.
One of the greatest ever.
It's all about my children. Pursue peace of mind. If you get that, then you got it all. The best show on television is ridiculousness.
I love that he's sitting around watching ridiculousness. That's fucking hilarious.
Yeah, there you go. So I saw this, I thought, fuck it, I'm gonna watch this on Casual Rage. But yeah, I'm definitely interested in watching that. Definitely interested in watching that. Netflix, November 12th. Fucking Eddie Murphy is a fucking legend. He will go down in history as one of the greatest comedians. One of the greatest movie comedians of all time. Of all time. And isn't that great? Because, like, I don't know. I haven't seen any more recent things of Eddie Murphy. And I hope, like, the problem is in the current day and age that we're in right now, politics takes over. So, like, it'll be interesting to see what, like, if there's any racial undertones. Like, the one person in there that did happen to say anything about black talent or whatever was Kevin Hart. And maybe for somebody like Eddie Murphy, there's I don't know why that popped into my head. See, that's dyslexia. That's fucking craziness. That's retardedness. Now I can't even fucking remember what I was gonna say. Eddie Murphy. I had a brain fart because my brain fucking farted twice. It's going to be good. I just hope that it's going to be good. Yes, racial undertones. I hope there's not a lot of that in there. But that's what I was going to say. Being the time that Eddie Murphy sort of hit the scene and everything, maybe there is a little bit of a racial culture shift from back then. You know, maybe he did do some good for like the black communities and stuff like that when it comes to that time period. But yeah. So yeah, get ready for that. Watch it. I think it's going to be all right. I think it's going to be pretty good. Let's just see here. All right, we can get rid of that tab. All right, I did a video on this week, but I did want to just quickly touch on it and talk about it because I think when we talk about entertainment, I think we're getting closer to maybe the reason why the tail end of this year is so quiet, not just for Star Wars, but for entertainment in general, is to do with the delay of like COVID and stuff like that. Now, I know we're 5 years out from COVID. I didn't think that it would take this long. But when you see how long it takes them to write some of this shit or come up with scripts or anything, it certainly doesn't surprise me when you've got untalented people working for you and doing these things. It doesn't surprise me that it does take this long. It certainly doesn't surprise me that it takes 3 years to, let's say, do a season 2 of something and they're only doing 8 episodes. It just doesn't, it doesn't make any sense to me how the ability for these studios and everything to make entertainment has regressed so far. But I think the next big things that we've sort of got coming out in the culture and the entertainment sphere and everything is, because of the way the culture is gone, obviously Marvel MCU stuff is sort of like the still most concentrated topics, you know, something like Star Wars. So I think 2026 is going to be a pretty big year for entertainment. I wonder, let me just bring up this before we go into this, because obviously I think we got Doomsday, we got in 2026, right? Doomsday, we've got Mandalorian and Grogu, obviously. There's Ahsoka season 2. That's for those studios and everything. I wonder what more there is for Marvel. Let's see. Is IMDb going to tell me? Okay, there's a lot here, but let's just scroll through. Let's just scroll through a little bit, because you would think most of the main stuff would be at the top. Unless, hang on one second, let me just check something else. Upcoming movies 2026. No, that looks too complicated to navigate right this second. All right, let's just go back to that. Let me bring this up. I wonder, can you even see? Oh, yeah, I guess you could probably see that. So, number 1 is crime. This is the thing. It just says 2026, and I don't know when this is based on. So, I don't even know. Crime 101. Reminds me of him. Send Help. The Odyssey. Avengers Doomsday. Spider-Man. That one's probably going to be, that like with the way the last one sort of ended and everything, man, I hope this Spider-Man movie is going to be good. Brand new day. But the thing is, the way the MCU is, it makes me think that a lot of this is going to be messy, like really messy in regards to its connections. Remember the first 3 phases, obviously, and the post-credit scenes and everything and the connections that they made. And, you know, it really was quite tidy in the way that they did it. I don't see any of this being tidy at all. Scream 7, I don't really care about that. Project Hail Mary. That looks interesting. What's that? Is that a war movie or something? Or is that a baseball movie? It's a space movie? Okay. The Bride, Mercy, Chris Pratt, hey? Okay. It's so funny. I still haven't seen Mandalorian Grogu on this list yet. 28 Days Later. There's a Hunger Games. Okay. Is that like a spin-off thing, is it? Masters of the Universe. There you go. There's a He-Man. Oh, Mortal Kombat 2. Very interested in seeing that. Resident Evil. Dune 3. There it is. Mandalorian and Grogu. Scream 6. Oh, sorry. Scary Movie 6. What was the... Oh, Scream 7. Scary Movie 6. Street Fighter. Is there a Street Fighter fucking movie? Jason Momoa. Oh, I did say... I think there was a trailer or something for that, wasn't there? Supergirl. Super Mario Galaxy movie. That's probably going to do well. Toy Story 5. See, this is the thing. There's actually a fair bit next year. Well, when I say a fair bit, there's actually a fair bit in comparison to the last probably couple of years. Probably mainly because of writer's strike, because of fucking COVID and all of that other bullshit. But there's still not a lot of like... There's only been a couple of things so far that I've seen that really piquing any interest. Cliffhanger. Are they redoing Cliffhanger? With a chick. Well, the chick's on the cover. That wouldn't surprise me in the slightest. Oh, we're going to have to go. That does not surprise me in the slightest. Jumanji 3. Well, there's a bit of a list of what's to come in 2026. Like I said, I still think that there's a bit more in 2026 than there was in 2025. The Mars Heist. Yeah. The Bride, rated R. Oh, God. Is this just like a female fantasy fucking torture, death, gore, fucking kidnap movie? Because they all love it. They all say that they don't want to be fucking SA'd and shit. And I believe that the most fucking people don't, but they seem to fucking love some of the most crazy shit. They love watching fucking people being SA'd. I don't get it. I really don't get it. But yeah, I think maybe Mortal Kombat 2 for me. Spider-Man, I'm interested in. Doomsday, I'm more interested in Doomsday for the fact that I don't think that there's going to be really any story or any plot or much of a plot there. It's going to be, you won't want to go and see this in the theaters, especially not with people that just think that the MCU is in the best place it's ever been, because they're just going to be in shock and awe every time a new fucking character shows up on screen and you're not actually going to be able to hear anything. Not that there's probably going to be anything to hear anyway. I'm probably interested in that Street Fighter movie as well. Obviously, I'm interested in Mandalorian and Grogu for all the wrong reasons too. Supergirl is going to be an interesting one. In fact, before we get into, where is it? It was the next thing anyway. Apparently, Supergirl is undergoing reshoots to raise testosterone levels by adding more Superman and Lobo. Now, I'm not going through again, I'm not the best reader. If you are new here, I've got pretty bad dyslexia. It would take me fucking forever just to get through the actual article. I just want to go off the fucking headline for a second, basically, because they have destroyed testosterone. They have destroyed the males and everything, the white straight males and everything in all of their shows. I'm not just talking about DC. Hollywood has done this. It is something that they've done to the point where the male audiences don't even care about superhero movies anymore. The male audiences don't give a fuck about what they used to give a fuck about when it came to entertainment, because you've destroyed it. You've destroyed it, and you've kept telling us that we're fucking misogynistic, racist, sexist pieces of shit every time we tell you how much we hate what you're doing to the things that we love. To the point now you're getting so much diminishing returns, and you're not even able to tell a story, because the only story that you can tell through these characters is what their identity is, not a character, and not an actual character arc, a moral character arc, or anything like that. The morals in a lot of the movies and a lot of the shows that Hollywood and you guys make right now are skewed to make you think, oh, maybe the bad guy isn't so bad. He was just a victim in all of this. Like, you guys have created this bullshit narrative and this bullshit situation to the point now where now you're regretting your actions and you think that testosterone now needs to come in. Mate, you've fucked the DCU from the word go, James Gunn. You've fucked it. Superman is not a good movie. I don't care what anyone says. I will die on that hill that Superman, this new fucking Superman movie, is the one Superman movie out of all the Superman movies, and I don't like them all, right? But it's the one that I definitely will never own. And then you come out with Peacemaker, which I certainly had no interest in seeing. I didn't even watch season 1, and you fucked that up. You fucked that up so much to the point where the only viral or ongoing talking points about Peacemaker is how much of a cuck James Gunn is, wanting to see his wife make out and fuck and all of this other men. And now you want to raise the testosterone levels? You've been kicking male characters in the balls. You've been kicking male fans in the balls for a decade. And now that we're saying, no, look, fuck, we gave you chance after fucking chance. Enough is enough. We're done. And you can call us sexist, you can call us misogynistic, and we're just going to point and laugh and say, we don't care anymore. We don't care anymore. And the diminishing returns of all of these IPs and all of these franchises and all of these movies and all of these shows is evidence of the fact that you've got no one in these studios, no one working on Lord of the Rings, no one even working on fucking Harry Potter or anything right now to come in and say, no, we really shouldn't do Snappers Black. Like, you're fucked. You are so fucked in the head. Hollywood, fucking Warner Brothers, fucking Paramount, fucking Disney, you're all fucked. And, you know, just by saying that we want to raise the testosterone levels isn't an apology, and we don't believe you. We don't believe you. You know why we don't believe you? Because Bob Iger came out after all the fucking Disney stuff, the Disney Star Wars stuff and the MCU stuff, and said, oh, we're going to slow it down. We're going to concentrate on quality over quantity, and nothing fucking changed. It's all fucking words. It's word salad for what? Your investors? To try and make them happy? Maybe get them off your back for a little while? Perhaps? Thunderbolts was great. I don't believe you. I know that people said that Thunderbolts wasn't actually that bad. I don't care to watch it. I don't give a fuck. Is Thunderbolts going to roll into... Do I need to watch Thunderbolts to understand what's going to happen in Doomsday now? Do I need to watch Thunderbolts to know what's going to happen in fucking Spider-Man? Do you need to watch Loki? Do you need to watch WandaVision? Do you need to watch Hawkeye? Kate Bishop? Do you need to watch fucking the Marvels? Do you need to watch any of these fucking things to know what's going to happen in fucking they're involved, yes. But I don't think you will. I don't think that there's going to be any true connection. Yes, you're going to see these characters, and if you haven't seen them, maybe you're not going to know who some of the characters are. But even if you go back and learn who the characters are, it's not even going to fucking change anything. There might be connections there, but I don't think that there's going to be a connection when it comes to like plot or those kinds of things. It's just the only reason why you need to see something like Thunderbolts to move into, let's say, something like Doomsday is to know who the characters are, not what the characters do. Watch it. You will like it. I don't know. So that's where fucking... I just don't know. There's a couple of things, like I said, next year that I'm interested in possibly seeing. Mortal Kombat probably being at the top of the list, which is a crazy thing, being that there's a couple of Marvel things in there. There's fucking a Star Wars thing in there. Mortal Kombat 2 is like the top of my list of things that I want to see next year based on what we just went through. And maybe Spider-Man, perhaps. Mr. Bantham for 5 months. Member chat, thank you. Marvel Homework is getting insane. Way too much. This is the thing, though, with the shows is that, in all honesty, the shows shouldn't be a necessary connection. They can connect, but they shouldn't need to be a necessary connection for the movies. It's a bit like Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D., right? Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. is a bit like, you could almost say, for the MCU at that time period, a bit of like an extended universe kind of thing. It gave you a little bit more and just in those characters and what was going on, and Phil Coulson and, you know, him dying and then bringing him back and all of that sort of thing, what was actually happening there. I think it fell off the rails a little bit. I stopped watching it after a little while. But it was fine, but it wasn't homework. It wasn't necessary for you to watch. Even though there were connections to multiple different movies in the MCU, it wasn't necessary to watch for any of those things to actually make sense. Any of those movies to actually make sense. So just to go straight into what I was talking about, what I was going to bring up, and I did a video on this week. I just found it funny too because of the history between Jeremy Renner and Brie Larson. But Jeremy made an appearance on Sirius XM. I don't even really know what that is. Like, is a radio station? Obviously, it's not just a radio station. It must be like pop culture related station, videos and movie shows. Dude, I didn't like the new character. I didn't like the abilities that they gave him. I didn't like the premise of the story was okay. I also didn't like how they were invited to the tournament, the way that they did that, through the tattoos and that sort of shit. So there was stuff about the movie that I really didn't like. I actually still think the original Mortal Kombat movie is better. 1996, I think, is better movie. Still a better movie than this one. But I'm excited to see how because I think that they realize that they made a mistake with the new character, and it looks like they've moved away from that. And even at the end of that first movie, it gives you a nice little teaser leading into this next movie. Yeah. So I would give it a 6 out of 10. It's a bit better than just your mid meh. It's a little bit better than that. I'm hoping that this next one is actually better though. But yeah, so Jeremy Renner. Let's just take a listen. Gets asked a question.
Hi, Jeremy. This is Brie Larson, and I was just wondering, are you going to be in Avengers Doomsday?
Me? No, girl. Are you?
Hi.
Now, like I said in my video, there's a couple of things that I found interesting about this, is because I know that they're not, or at least the information that's out there right now is that they're not really bringing in any of their Disney Plus characters into these movies, or at least into Doomsday. So like She-Hulk and Kate Bishop and a few other, like, Moon Knight and all of those, they're not going to be making any appearances in Doomsday. But Clint is one of the original Avengers, and it is interesting that he's not in there. And I did make the point in my video that there was, when, obviously Jeremy had his accident, which nearly took his life. But then when he came back from that, Disney offered him to come back and do a season 2 of Hawkeye, and they were going to pay him half the money. Is basically told him to go fly a kite, in his words. Told him to go fuck off. So it just makes me wonder if there is any sort of like underlying beef between Jeremy Renner's agent, and Disney or Marvel or anything like that, that created the situation where he's not going to be in it. But yes, I did find it funny that Brie Larson was the one asking the question. I thought, like, I showed a couple of clips from this on my video, but I wanted to go through the 3 minutes because it is fucking... It's funny to go back and watch these things, to be completely fair with you. The Chris Hemsworth one, like when I went back and I rewatched it for my video, it's like, it's crazy to see how like yuck Brie Larson was or is. I'm trying to think of a better word than yuck. Insufferable.
Brie, Jeremy, it's such a pleasure to be in the same room as you guys. You guys are world celebrities.
It's just see how uncomfortable they are just sitting next to each other, or at least Jeremy is having to sit in this room with her. And it also seemed really funny that, and all the press things that they did with the lead up to Endgame, the only people that Brie did interviews with was either Jeremy Renner or Chris and Don Cheadle.
Please tell me, I want to ask you, does this position come with a lot of responsibility? Do you look at it that way?
Look at it with responsibility. I mean, I am committed to self-improvement, and I work at being the best person that I can be and using...
It's so funny watching Jeremy, like, because, you can basically see him, like, you can see him on multiple occasions in this, sort of like internally rolling his eyes. There's a couple of moments where he nearly actually sort of just does it. But, yeah, internally rolling his eyes and, like, just his uncomfortability-ness, but also, too, like, with her responses and then his response to, to the question, but also essentially sort of throwing her under the bus, especially with this one, when she mentions that, I use this as a platform, blah, 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 blah. And Jeremy's like, no, well, I take responsibility. I don't really use all of this celebrity as a platform and blah, blah, blah. Just throwing her straight under the bus. Good day, Keely. How you doing?
This platform for as much good as I can, but it doesn't mean that I don't make mistakes, but I'm very comfortable with that and allowing myself to learn from those mistakes.
Sure.
Yeah, I'm pretty accountable and responsible in my own life, at any rate. So, celebrity is not something that I used as any sort of platform to be more responsible or accountable, I suppose. But it's certainly an absolute blessing to see the joy on kids' faces.
This was the other thing too, that with the cast of like the MCU rolling into like Infinity War, and they seemed from the outside looking in, and the things that we saw, they were having fun, they were laughing and joking with each other. It came through. The chemistry was actually pretty good. Brie Larson gets inserted into that chemistry, and the chemistry explodes. It was crazy to like actually see when you think about it.
That couldn't be the...
It's almost like everybody liked everybody. Brie comes in and no one liked her. And it was so meta when fucking, you know, Thor in the movie says, I like this one.
But I don't think there's a feeling that comes close.
The beginning of the end game.
Entertaining the entire world. You know, can you guys, when the film releases, can you watch it as a fan like we watch, or are you too involved in the technical part of it and watching everything closely?
I'm a huge fan. It's
Yeah.
easy, yeah.
It depends. I mean, with something like this, I think I will definitely be sitting there as a...
It depends. You're not a fan. Like, Jeremy Renner, straight out, yeah, man, I'm a huge fan. I love these movies. Probably sits down and watches them with his kids and stuff like that. And then Bree's like, yeah, it depends.
fan just because we haven't seen it. So we'll be sitting there in the theater watching it with an audience seeing it for the first time. So
Right.
it'll be a thrill.
Right. You know, if you could use any superhero power from the Avengers and use
This
it in
is
a
the
real
best
world,
one. This is the best one because Bree doesn't even know what to say. And then it's almost like she steals Jeremy's answer.
power would it be and where would you use it?
Gosh. Oh, no.
Why does she keep looking at Jeremy like that? And Jeremy can't even look her in the eye. This is the one where I say, like, he almost finishes the eye roll.
I like flight. I think anybody could fly.
Flying.
Fly
I
and
know
fly is
Captain
cool.
Marvel
It'd
can
be fun.
fly. I
That'd be
feel
fun.
like I'd probably fly just
I'd like to
because
do that.
I like to travel and
Travel.
it seems like it'd be a lot easier.
You know, what is the best part of being on a set the day all the actors are there?
What was that?
When all the actors are together on a set, what is that?
We may or may not know what that's like. We have no idea.
How can you not know what the dude is asking what it's like to be on set with everyone? And I think Brie thinks that like this is kind of like a try and a gotcha in regards to maybe spoiling who's in the scenes and all of this kind of thing. Like, because obviously they've had the snap, people disappear and stuff like that. So yes, there might be a little bit of strategicness. Maybe she's a bit smarter than what I thought there to begin with. But you just answer the question like, yeah, it's awesome being on set with all of the people. It was awesome when we were doing Infinity War, when we get to do these Avengers culminating the stories together. It's awesome, blah, 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 blah. And she's like, I don't know. I don't even know what it's like being on the set with all of these people. We know you've been on the set with all of these people. What's that like, Brie? You fucking idiot. It's almost like everything needs to be a deflection.
On a set, what is that?
We may or may not know what that's like. We have no idea.
Yeah, I've worked with them all in the past, and nothing gets done.
And that's the
It's a lot of fun. It's a lot of fun, but nothing gets done.
And Robert Downey Jr. gets the lunch, and that's what you guys enjoy.
there is the Downey lunches that are quite fun, yes.
And you know, when you were joining the franchise, what were your expectations? Did everything fall into place very easily?
I feel like I came in at a really special time.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, the end.
So in particular, like my first
You
day
came in
of
at the end.
work was doing the Marvel 10-year anniversary photo. So my introduction into this world was I got to hang out with everybody and meet everybody. So I felt very comfortable then when I went off and did the solo movie that I had this support.
Jeremy's sitting there, I reckon, in his own head going, yeah, you have no idea what we all said about you after or when you weren't in our presence.
This family behind me.
Right. My last question is, your film collected over $1 billion. All you guys are coming together. The fans are saying this will cross much more than that. What are your expectations?
I don't
have
them.
expectations,
Yeah, I
so
don't have
I don't
any.
expectations.
Yeah, we're just excited to get it out so that we can sleep.
All right, that's enough. That's enough. It was just, to me, it was funny going back and seeing this, you know. And the thing is back, like, even back then, like, it's still not fixed or anything now. But, like, if Jeremy was to come out and just blatantly say, like, what are you talking about? I don't fucking like you. Like, or something like that. Not that he would, like, that's not professional or anything like that. But you can clearly see that he doesn't like her. You can clearly see in the other interviews that Chris Hemsworth doesn't like her. Don Cheadle doesn't like her, right? And it's those first impressions, right? She's come in thinking, I'm this all-powerful woman in Hollywood, right? We saw how she was. A wrinkle in time is not for you, my guy. Blah, blah, blah. Like, she's just that typical leftist white woman Karen crap. That's what Brie Larson was when she hit the scene. They tried to make her something bigger than she fucking was. But yeah, I just thought it was funny to see the fact that that was the interactions that they had. These guys probably have not spoken since since that time. And then this is the question that he gets asked, and his reaction is just...
Hi, Jeremy. This is Brie Larson, and I was just wondering, are you going to be in Avengers Doomsday?
Me? No, girl. Are you?
And it almost sounds like for maybe Brie that it's coming across as a little bit on the jealous side. Like, I haven't been asked to be in Doomsday, have you? Kind of thing. Just laugh. Anyway, let's get that off the screen. She's got a big mouth. So yeah, Jeremy Renner, he's not going to be in Doomsday apparently. So there's no Clint. No Clint. Has anybody heard if Scarlett's going to be in it? Scarlett Johansson? I mean, she's dead, right? They did a movie after, a prequel, essentially, movie after the fact, didn't they? And, like, she's an original Avenger. I'm sure death means nothing. No one's ever really gone. It's the same thing, isn't it, in the DC universe? It probably is in the DC universe as well, but Marvel. You know. Fuck, we're nearly already up to 2 hours. I wanted to fucking... I only wanted to go for about 2 hours so that I could fucking jump straight into Ghost of Tsushima. Man, I am addicted. I just want to play. We've still got a fair bit to talk about. Still got a fair bit to talk about. I don't think we're going to watch a Josh video. I think we're just going to end up watching a Grizzy video. A little bit later. Scarlett Johansson is dead, but she also sued Disney. That's right. And that's the other thing too. Like, the last interaction that we heard from her was that. The last interaction that we heard from Jeremy Renner was that they were, he told him to fuck off because they wanted to pay him half the amount for... I wonder whether or not they wanted to give the other half of his amount to the chick that plays Kate Bishop. You know what I mean? Try and fix that, the gender wage gap. How retarded. All right, we're going to get into some of the Star Wars stuff, but before we do, I'm just going to quickly run to the bathroom. It's fucking getting hot too. Give me a second. Sorry. I got distracted. I keep getting distracted by shit. All right, here we go. We're going to give you... What do you guys want? I can give you... It's only 30 seconds, though. I can give you Mozza Fighting, or I can give you Nap Time. Nap Time's 2 minutes, which is a good little break. But I think the Nap Time just gets a little bit too repetitive. We'll see. Hang on. And I need to find some new clips, some new funny moments. I should actually bring up get a clip of, like, when fucking Flash says... I feel the hydration leaving my body because we're talking about Star Wars. Have you guys seen that clip? I'll bring that up on my Instagram in a sec.
I said Lyndon would go to the tree and do some ASMR for you, Lethal. In your honor. and then
He'd be hugging that tree. And then he'd be punching it and slapping it, going, "You took my friend." Kicking it. How dare you?
that would be you, Rhino.
Nah. I'd be there going, "Why? Fuck you, Disney! Why?" Alright, no, we are gonna just fucking play nap time. Where is it though? There it is.
Mom, can I have a popsicle?
No, honey, you'll spoil your...
Hey parents, tired of those out-of-control kids? Throwing embarrassing tantrums wherever they go. At the grocery store, on the playground, even at the dinner table. You've had it with parenting, but wait, there is a solution. Introducing Nap Time, the latest, most effective tool for child tantrum prevention. It's simple. Just douse a rag with our patented Sleepy Time formula, place it over your child's cry hole, press and hold gently for 8 to 12 seconds, and presto, no more tantrum.
I was beginning to think adoption was the only way out. Then a friend of mine introduced me to Nap Time. It's never been so quiet around here.
The secret lies in Naptime's revolutionary fast-to-sleep formula. Developed by military-trained scientist doctors from NASA, Naptime's powerful molecules rush to the child's brain on contact, gently inducing instant tranquility.
This is chloroform.
Already put those wallet-draining crap factories out on the street? That's okay! Naptime works in any situation. On the golf course. An awkward blind date.
I had a really good time tonight.
It even works on pets.
After we had our first child here, we regretted it almost immediately.
We didn't know that she'd cry so much.
Talk about defective. But thanks to Nap Time, our little Samantha here hasn't made a noise in weeks. I keep her in a shoebox.
Call now and we'll send you your very own 24-ounce bottle of Naptime solution for only 23 easy payments of $1.99. But wait, there's more! Act quickly and you'll also receive the all-new Dream Sack absolutely free. It's compact and portable for those on-the-go tantrums. Just cover it, tighten it, and forget about it. It's that simple.
We can't breathe good.
So if this looks familiar...
I feel pregnant.
Then don't wait! Order today and join the millions of Americans who just can't stop saying...
Thanks, Nap Time.
Thanks, Nap Time!
Thanks, Nap Time.
Nap Time! When they just won't shut up. Nap Time is not legal in the following states.
Thanks, Nap Time. Thanks. We'll play it just because it's funny.
Oh, Mozart, read that.
Mozart, don't let the American bitch.
Did you just fart?
Yes, I did. Tell you what to do.
I think it's bedtime, Mozart.
Question mark.
I think it's bedtime for Mozart. That's that's the type of videos we watch on fucking Happy Hump Day.
I can't pee. Oh my god.
Good times. Good fucking times. All right, let's get into some more of the main, you could say, Star Wars news for this week. And it really is just the hunt for Ben Solo. Like I said, the Disney shills and seals out there now think that this is a good time for them to fight for the Star Wars that they like. They're doing a good job of wasting their money on billboards and planes and with banners and fucking, printing out wanted posters and plastering them around the cities and shit like that. it's actually kind of nuts. Actually kind of nuts. And like it's stupid shit like this that like I don't understand with these people. So this could be a nomination, and we'll put it down in the slot because actually I've got a few nominees. We got way too many nominees this week for Seal of the Week. So did you see Solo? Yes, I saw Solo. A shit fucking movie. Also, would you have seen the sequels if they made one? What? Mr. Bantham? I don't understand. But anyway, let me, while I'm waiting for a clarification to Solo, but they made a movie Solo. And yes, I did see it. Solo lost money, it did. I wouldn't. Oh, it's a sequel to Solo. Sorry, my bad. To say I wouldn't see it, I wouldn't be going out of my way to go and see it, but I'd certainly want to be seeing it so that I could talk about it, review it, and all of that kind of thing. Like, in all honesty, it's hard to say whether or not I would or wouldn't. I would like to say that I would say that I wouldn't, but I probably still would watch everything if I wasn't doing YouTube. Like I said, I'd like to say that I probably wouldn't, but I still probably would. And it wouldn't be out of any, like, obviously, like, enjoyment of watching it, right? Now, just going back to this really quickly. So this person says, and this is Ben Solo is alive. When was this fucking account created? 2009. All right, I thought it might have been a newer account. Anyway, more Reylo merch, new Rey and Kylo pins, and their lightsabers at the Disney Store in New York City. Hashtag the hunt for Ben Solo. Now, this is the thing that I find really stupid about this. So, yeah, okay, you've got these pins and you've got these lightsabers, right? To me, that ain't Reylo merch, dude, chick, whatever the fuck you are. No pronouns in bio, so I don't fucking know, and I don't really fucking care. But this isn't Reylo merch. You know what this is? This is Disney Star Wars merch. It's not like when I first read the thing and I'm like, oh, the pins, and I went to click on the pins and I expected to see, like, you know, the fanfic fucking shipping art that people do and stuff like that, where you've got Rey and Kylo like really close inside a love heart with their lightsabers in each other's fucking assholes. Like that is what I expected to see on these pins, right? This is just sequel trilogy merch. You've got Rey with, you know, BB-8. Fucking notice who she's got. Fucking Lando Calrissian. No, that's not Lando. That's fucking Finn. That looks horrible back there. Chewbacca and 2 droids. You've got fucking Phasma. You've got Kylo with Phasma and fucking 2 stormtroopers. And then you've got their lightsabers. It's not like they're coming as a package, like the Reylo package of lightsabers. It's not like the pins are coming as a package like the Reylo pin, where you've got Kylo and fucking Rey in the same pin. To me, this is fucking stretching it. It's fucking, it's Disney Star Wars merch. Disney pins, Disney Star Wars merch. That's what this is. Dude, I went to the Star Wars store in fucking Orlando with Drunk 3PO. Fucking, we walked over to the counter. There was a Rey lightsaber under the counter. And fucking, he asked the lady behind the counter because he told the person that I was a massive fan of Rey, can I please see the Rey lightsaber? She pulled it out and gave it to me. And I'm just laughing and like, fuck you, Drunk. Fuck you, Jay. It was awesome hanging out with him. He's a good dude. He's such a good dude. But yeah, there were sections in there where you had Ray and Kylo like this, like the pins and stuff like that together. When I saw it, I didn't think Raylo. I didn't think relationship between these two. I didn't think shipping or anything. I looked at it and I went, "Oh, sequel trilogy fucking section." People are fucking stupid, and that is going to move to the fucking section for Seal of the Week. So I don't think we need audio for this one necessarily. But have audio there. Did you guys hear that? Just in case for the next one, you can tell me if. So there was the banner, like I showed this in my video, the hunt for Ben Solo, and they flew it over Disney Studios. And the person who did it has come out and revealed themselves. Adam Driver has called his bannerman. What? So yeah, this is the person.
I'd never seen the poison work.
Did you see that someone hired a plane to fly over Disney HQ with a hashtag, the Hunt for Ben Solo banner? Tell Bob Iger I want him to know it was me.
I wanted to know it was me.
Like even the fucking... You know that she likes Twilight. You know, looking at her, that she's a fucking 50 Shades of Grey person. These people are fucking crazy, man. These people are stupid as well, like really stupid. What's this one? Oh, yeah. So apparently, hashtag the Hunt for Ben Solo is very much on in New York City. Have you seen him? I wonder what the QR code does. I'm not even going to fucking... I don't even have my phone with me right now. So, and they obviously did the, like outside Disney. Look at this. Can somebody see if... Oops, no, we didn't want to do that. Can somebody see if you scan the QR code, if that works, and tell me what it does? Should I get my phone? Should I get my phone and see if we can make it work? Fuck, it's hot. It got really hot really quickly. Oh, it does something. Where does it take us? Where does it take us? Ben Solo, how the okay, so like full on. So it takes you to a petition. It takes you to a petition that's currently got 4,000 signatures. Is that right? Green, yeah, okay, so it's a petition for green light Star Wars, The Hunt for Ben Solo. It's got 4,815 signatures right now. The issue, as we have recently learned from actor Adam Driver, a Star Wars film titled The Hunt for Ben Solo was at one point in development. The story was outlined by Driver, Steven Soderbergh, and Rebecca Blunt. See, Rachel, see, dyslexia. And a script was eventually written by Scott Z. So they're basically just, I'm not going to read it. But basically that's, yeah, so it takes you to the petition. What else is on here? Make some noise. 250th celebration of America. What is that? Okay. I honestly don't know what that's doing in there. Join the meetup. So they're doing some meetup like protest thing. We're not going to promote that. And then fundraising. And they put like credits on the screen. There you go. That's where that takes you. 4,000 signatures out of a fan base of hundreds of thousands, if not millions. For just under 5,000 so far have signed that stupid petition. There you go. Even that could fucking go down into fucking seal of the week. All right, let's get rid of those tabs. Oh, the Acolyte art book reveals Kymir was connected to Kylo Ren, linking to of the most hated eras in Star Wars. G'day, Gonk. How you doing? Good to see you, brother. Now, I'm not going to read through the article or anything like that. Once again, retarded. So it would be painful. It would be just as painful for you as it would be for me. But what it does actually say, in a nutshell, is that if they were going to roll into a season 2, and I believe this came from Leslie Headland, there is a fucking thing in here as well, a tweet. But if they were going to do a season 2, then there's a big possibility that Kymir, the stranger, was going to be the first Knight of Ren. Now, the thing that I think that Disney think, or Lucasfilm that think, is that people are still interested in knowing who the Knights of Ren are and what they did, but nobody fucking cares anymore. When they first made their appearance and stuff, people were interested. What's their background? Why are they helping him? What is it? What blah blah? Give us information. Give us the background. Give us the lore. Give us the canon. Let's do it. And he gave us nothing, and then they gave us nothing, and then they killed them off. So this is where, like, I view the retards out there that jump on this and go, yes, bring back season 2 of The Acolyte so that we can have that connection and then it will fucking explode and it'll be great. You guys do realize that you want the hunt for Ben Solo because you love Ben Solo and you love shipping him with Rey and all of this kind of stuff. And you love Kymir and you love the fact that they're shipping her with Osha and shit like that. You do realize that Kylo kills Kymir then at the end of the rise of Palpatine. And this is the thing that I don't understand, like with the whole bring back Ben Solo and all of that kind of thing. Made the point in my video. I know Ryan's made this point as well. But just the fact that as a fan of these things, you want some continuity, you want some consistency, you want some meaning. You know, you want your incidents and your big moments and your deaths and things like that to have meaning, right? And actually mean something moving forward, maybe change somebody's direction moving forward, comes to that fork in the road incident, all of those sorts of things. And you want that to be solid. You want that to be structured. These people don't care how you bring him back. Do it with the World Between Worlds. Make it that Yoda, through his training being one with the Force, was able to find a way to make themselves whole again. And he taught that to, and said that there'd be a penalty in doing it, but you can actually do it, right? And Kylo Ren ends up learning it and using it, and then ends up with a penalty because of it, or something. It's stupid, but they don't care how he comes back, just as long as he does come back, right? And it's just fucking retarded. It's just fucking retarded. And once again, this is Star Wars news. Shit that I don't care about. No one really cares about. No real Star Wars fan actually gives a fuck about any of this. No one actually gives a fuck and can see why Bob Iger made the decision to shut down the hunt for Ben Solo when they even elaborated on that by basically saying we don't know how he could be alive. Well, look, you know, the Disney Star Wars fans aren't wrong. Everybody else seems to be able to survive, except the white straight men, right? Because back then the white straight men were bad, and now we need more testosterone back. Maybe it is a good time to redo it, green light it, release it. The only people that are going to see it is the 4,800 people that signed that petition. And you'll do something wrong. You'll do something wrong. Ben will come back and be like, some lady will walk past him holding an Eopie and say to him, well, who are you? And he'll go, Ben. And she'll be like, oh, Ben who? And he'll look around and he'll see Palpatine in the distance and he'll go, I'm Ben Palpatine. Fucking stupid. So stupid. People will jump on this bandwagon, and they already have. Release season 2. Look, they had a plan. They had a connection. It was going to be great. Like, and then I would like to go back in time and say to all of these people that were out there about the Civil War and how, you know, the real people that are actually pushing Star Wars forward in the right direction hate the fucking sequels and they don't want any of it. But yet, Dave Filoni's been sitting there reading everybody's scripts, the Acolyte helping her out and doing all of this stuff to justify the sequels. Okay. Star Wars is fucked. Star Wars is officially dead, ladies and gentlemen. Disney Star Wars, it's not Star Wars. It's not anything to do with fucking George Lucas's Star Wars. As he says, they went off on a different direction. They're doing their version of things. That doesn't sound like a person that created an IP that thinks that it's being honored, treated well. Not one statement that's come from George Lucas. I don't care. You can talk about the picture of him holding Grogu on set and all of that shit. Fucking, of course, is going to be invited. He's probably friends with Jon Favreau. Doesn't mean he's fucking sitting there going, yeah, this is the best fucking thing since the last fucking thing. Oh, and this is so stupid. This is so stupid. Screen rant. Following Adam Driver's reveal, Star Wars fandom, it has united in a way that's rare to see. Really? Really? Interestingly, we saw something similar in 2014 when test footage of Ryan Reynolds' Deadpool was released on the internet shortly after he had been rejected by 20th Century Fox. I don't see that the same fucking thing. We've seen Adam Driver as Kylo Ren. The majority of Star Wars fans, I would say 90% of real Star Wars fans, don't give a fuck and don't want it. The 10% are the YouTubers that actually do want it so they can make content out of it. And then you've got your Disney Star Wars fans that it's kind of like saying, oh, it's the same as people that wanted to see John Krasinski and then they did it as Reed Richards and then they did it. We'd never seen John Krasinski as Reed Richards. We just thought that it would be a good casting choice. And it was until you fucked that up. Same thing with Ryan Reynolds. People saw him as Deadpool, thought, fuck, cast him as Deadpool. This is totally different. And I don't think the fandom is quite as united as what you fucking think. I really don't. In fact, I can guarantee you. You know how I can guarantee you that? Because there's only 4,800 signatures on that fucking petition. Fucking united. Yes. You know what actual Star Wars fans are united in? The fact that Disney Star Wars isn't Star Wars and that it's actual garbage. And it's an insult to George Lucas. It's an insult to Star Wars fans around the world. And you can call them all racist, misogynistic Nazis, all you fucking like. Doesn't mean anything anymore. What's the next thing? I hadn't seen this. So Steven Soderbergh reveals The Hunt for Ben Solo was the first time Lucasfilm had a finished script that got rejected by Disney. I asked Kathleen Kennedy if Lucasfilm Limited, I'm guessing, had ever returned a finished script from Greenlight to Disney and had it rejected. She said, no, this is a first. This is so fucking stupid as well. You know why this is so fucking stupid? Because when this came around, Disney had owned Lucasfilm for 7 years. 7? I think it was 7. 7 years they'd owned Lucasfilm for. They had done 5 movies and they'd started The Mandalorian based on the fact that apparently they'd been working on it for 2 years and they presented it after The Rise of Skywalker. So Disney had produced the sequel trilogy, Rogue One, Solo, and Mandalorian Season 1. Now, that had other projects that were greenlit that got rejected. They didn't obviously have completed scripts, right? But it's a business decision. I don't understand these fucking idiots. Oh, it was the first. That makes it a bad thing. Yeah, it was a first for fucking Lucasfilm. It might not have been a first for Pixar. It might not have been a first for any of the other fucking things that Disney own, where they come with a completed script and they're like, nah, we're not going to do that. We're just going to shelf that. So stupid. G'day, Lou. How you doing? So stupid. And then we got the Visions thing. All right, let's get rid of these tabs. Oh, I'm going to have to reshare my screen. Hold on. Put my headphones in first. So, Star Wars Visions Season 3. Now, this, like I was sort of saying earlier, I find this... I'm doing good too, Lou. Thanks for asking. Like I said earlier, I find it incredible that something like Star Wars Visions that isn't connected in the lore, canon, or continuity of real Star Wars is able to come up with 3 seasons of something. I haven't watched a second of it. And I'm not going to. I don't care. I don't care, especially because it's got nothing to do with canon, lore, continuity, or anything in Disney's retarded lore. But apparently this is released. This is one of those things where I don't know how they're spending the money on this and where they're getting their return out of this. Because Disney Plus, they're not getting returns. People aren't going to subscribe to Disney Plus to go and watch fucking Visions. So, fucking who knows? What happened to Tom on Flashcast? Is he coming back? Honestly, man, I don't know. There was obviously a bit of that blow up on the Charlie Kirk stream. And I went back and I rewatched it, and I've spoken to Tom in DMs and stuff. I believe that Tom and Flash have spoken in DMs as well. I don't know the details of any of that. He is still in the Flashcast group chat. Now, obviously, with an unresolved issue, I don't necessarily expect Tom to just jump in and say, oh, hi, guys, how you going? And then because he can't just do that, it then creates a scene in the middle of a stream if he does sort of come in. So I understand why Tom, even though he does still get access to the link, isn't coming in. But the thing that I didn't like about that little blow up that happened is that he left originally because he was being talked over. Now, he was there for about 45 minutes before, and during that 45 minutes, he was saying points and it was normal conversation. It was a normal stream. It was going well. It was good. And then there was a couple of moments he got cut off, and then he just left. And he wants to say that that's not a rage quit. Now, I understand you didn't blow up. You didn't go, oh, fucking fuck you for cutting me off, and then quit and left. But technically, you could say it's a rage quit. You got interrupted. You got pissed off that you got interrupted, and you just decided to leave, right? And then he comes in and says that he didn't rage quit and all of that kind of thing, and then it blew up into what it blew up into. But I will say Flash isn't necessarily wrong in the fact that he says that Tom just wants to talk about Hollywood sort of stuff, and that's fine. If he just wants to talk about pop culture stuff, then that's completely fine too. And I notice it on some of the streams that he has been on when we start going into maybe a very heavy politics kind of stream or something like that. Like, I'm not massively interested in it, but I'll still like engage in the conversation and stuff like that. Tom sometimes just switches off when it comes to talking about those things. I think that communication is the universal solvent. I think it definitely solves a lot of fucking thing, and I don't think text message is correct communication, because when you're in an argument or you're in a spat, you read the message the way you think the person is implying the message, and they might not even be saying it in the tone that you're reading it, and it completely changes the context of what it is. I think there's been skits and stuff like that. Jordan Peele has done shit like that to essentially almost prove that point, right? Now, I don't have a problem with Tom at all. At all. I feel like Tom was in the wrong in when he jumped on. I think that Flash trolled him, and I didn't think that that was necessarily necessary during that whole thing. But I think that it blew up, and when it starts getting to that point, what am I trying to say? When it gets to that point, the way you perceive what the circumstances of events, like, it was very heated late in that stream. Very heated. So, I don't know. That's between them. I don't have a problem with Tom. I have a problem with Flash. It's like people, sometimes when I go over and I'm in the Jack Show chat, or sometimes I'll even pop up on the Jack Show every now and then and I get the link. I haven't had one for ages, but that's fine. I don't have a problem with that. But like, the people in the chat are like, oh, it's fucking Flash's lapdog and stuff like this because they're on fucking Ethan's side of their little fucking spat, their fucking thing that's going on. Like, I've never had a problem with Ethan. I've never had a problem with Flash. Like, they've got their issues. I've heard what Flash's issues are, because it's been what the public stuff that I know about their issues with each other. I know. I don't have any extra information or anything from behind the scenes. I just know that Flash doesn't like fucking Ethan, and Ethan doesn't like Flash. But then, because I stream with Flash all the time, and, you know, obviously me and Anna are close, we're good friends, and there's a connection there then to Ethan or whatever, which I don't think that there is, but whatever, people want to perceive it the way that they want to perceive it. Sometimes you just, like, it's kind of like with something like the Full Aussie, for example, right? Me and Lethal, we still communicate here and there. We'll message here and there. He obviously doing a birthday stream earlier today. I don't know if he's still going, but, like, you know, jumped in, said happy birthday. We barely talk anymore. We used to talk like a couple of times a week when we were doing Full Aussie and stuff like that. And it's not because we hate each other or anything. It's probably more based on the fact that we've moved in our own directions, and, like, it's just a time thing, and there's just no not a massive amount of interaction anymore. I still consider him a good friend. It's the same thing with Mozza. It's the same thing with Mr. Grant Gregory. It's the same thing with all those guys. So there you go. I don't know. You know, I disagree with Tom on the Superman movie. Me and Tom have had massive, in-depth, great conversations about Karate Kid and multiple different things that we love. And I've known Tom for a long time now. You know, he used to jump on when we did Raging Geek Jedi show. Fucking, you know, one of the very first, before Casual Rage was even a thing. Before we did 230 episodes of Casual Rage. So anyway, back to this, Visions. So much for going for 2 hours, 2.5 hours in.
It's all connected.
That seems a bit better.
There is no balance without the light and the dark.
No, that's incorrect. See, I don't care whether or not this is fucking fanfic, fucking outside the EU canon, outside the lore canon continuity of real Star Wars, but that statement is completely incorrect. There is no balance without the light and the dark. No, there is no balance if there is dark. There is no balance if there is dark. Simple. That's how Anakin was able to bring balance back to the Force, because he destroyed the Sith. Now, unless Palpatine made a holocron that can then teach someone the lessons that need to be learnt to become fully dark side and fully Sith, it's all lost. It's all lost. Well, it's not all lost. You don't necessarily have to have a holocron like fucking Mount Tantus and stuff. I'm sure that there's fucking relics and shit in there that you can learn from to learn Sith fucking shit, Sith artifacts and all of that kind of crap, right? But that's a false statement. In the lore of Star Wars, to say that there is no balance without the light and the dark is incorrect. And I don't care whether or not this is outside the canon or not, because this, you know, people will sit there and say, oh, it's fine because it's not really canon, so we'll be fine with that. Not that there'll be Disney fans out there that will even know that that's incorrect. Because remember, 2 + 2 = balance, right? Freddie Prinze Jr.?
Let's go!
God, I tell you what, for a little trailer, a little 30-second teaser trailer, that was a mess. Like bang, 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 image after image after image after image really quickly. You can't make out anything. You got some upside down person pointing a gun.
The light and the dark.
Ready? Bang, 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 bang. Man, what? Bang, bang, bang. New scene. Oh, horrible shot. Horrible looking fucking. Look at that. I can draw a fucking X-Wing better than that. Looks like a stick figure X-Wing. You know when you draw a stick figure man, the line, the arms, the legs, and the head? That's what you get. Mate, that statement there in there alone is enough for me to say, what a load of crap. Despite the fact, like I said, that it's not actually connected to lore canon or continuity in any way. G'day, Darth. How you doing? Somehow Rey Palpatine returned. Anyway, I don't really care. I'm not watching, and I don't think that there's too many people out there that are actually really interested. In fact, the only person that I've seen online at this point in time commenting on Visions is Jacob. He's already watched all the episodes. And it's amazing. And I don't care. because Jacob isn't one of those people that I listen to when it comes to like what's good and what's bad in entertainment right now. You know, I've talked about this a lot, and I think a few others have talked about this a little bit, in the fact that a lot of people now aren't just going out willy-nilly and going to the movies and spending their money. They are waiting for their favorite YouTubers to come out and say what they think about it, because the person watching tends to sort of jive with the person that they're listening to. They're on the same level. It is almost maybe a bit of an echo chamber when it comes to that, because you tend to find the people that agree, don't you? Right? But in that sense, a lot of people are now waiting to see what people say that they trust and they believe when it comes to their entertainment before they go and watch it. And Jacob is certainly not one of those people. I'm sure he wishes he was. I'm sure he wishes he was. But that's it for the fucking topics. We're now going to go into Seal of the Week. But this is the thing. We can only have 4. And we currently have 6. So we need to do a bit of culling to the fucking nominations. But majority of the nominations are so good. I don't know what to do about it. Let's go through and we'll just go through them. We'll go through all 6 really quickly. Yep. As soon as I was going to say, as soon as I look at him, he's going to meow for food. As soon as I look at him, he's going to meow for food. If he looks at me. Oh, and he doesn't do it. Look at him. Fucking crazy cunt. All right. So actually, we're not going into nominees just yet. 1, 2, 3, 4. But one of the possible nominees would be Sawyer calling Raylo toxic while simultaneously tweeting about how cute and adorable Anadella, I don't even know if I'm saying that right, is an insane work. By the way, she's gone. I'm sorry. All I saw was Raylo toxic, and I just picked it. That one's gone. Straight off the bat, she's out. Am I live every Wednesday? Yes. At this point in time, yes. When daylight savings ticks over for America, which I think is coming up in the next week or 2, something like that, I will be moving it forward, but it will still be on the same day. I'll be moving it forward by approximately 2 hours. So I can start at midday instead of 2 o'clock in the afternoon. But then there's the hour that changes over for you. So it might end up either being only an hour change for you or 3 hours. I don't know. It depends on which way you actually go, putting the time up or down. And I don't know where you're from, Lou, so I don't know. But yeah, well, if you're saying it's Wednesday because it's Thursday for me now, then you're in America, obviously. But yes, and thank you. Please subscribe if you're not subscribed. Smash that like button and welcome. Welcome. We do talk a lot about Star Wars, and Star Wars is my thing. That's how the channel got started and everything. I am moving into just more pop culture topics, and obviously hanging out with Mike Hill's fucking DMs are open. And obviously I'm hanging out with Flash, doing Flashcasts and stuff like that, which is really awesome as well. I already subbed a while ago. Awesome. Thank you. Well, welcome back. All right. So we have already eliminated one. Sawyer, I'm sorry. It wasn't good enough and it didn't make any sense to me. Miss them so bad. So Raylo. I just thought that with the Raylo stuff and the Ben Solo stuff, maybe we get a few Ben Solo ones in there. Vader thinks he stands a chance against Kylo Ren, says Dan Star Wars. Dan's had a few nominations. Definitely a few nominations. I find that take crazy, though. Absolutely insane. Sorry, it was just a message from a customer I had to just quickly read. So, yes, that's a possibility of one. We actually only need to get rid of one more now. QG Jenner says, just over 200 days away from seeing these two again. So just over for Mandalorian and Grogu. See? Counting down. Counting down to Mando and Grogu. Jess says, restore the Skywalker bloodline. Hashtag the hunt for Ben Solo. And then we have the one from earlier, the Ben Solo is alive. So I actually think we're just going to get rid of this one, Jess. All right, put the number. So if the one that you want to eliminate, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. The one that you want to eliminate, actually, that one could probably get eliminated too, because it's just a stupid take. But they are a fucking Raylo and they are a fucking Disney shill, a Disney seal. Number 4. So because that's the only one that's come through right now, that's leading. I picked that one too, so that's got 2 votes. I'll give you a couple of minutes. I'll give you a little bit of time. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Oh, number 4. People don't like it. People want that one gone. Anybody else? I think it's 1. 4s. More 4s. All right. All right, then. We get rid of that one. Yeah, make sure I'm on the right one. Make sure I'm on the right one. All right. Here we go.
I'm all the Jedi.
All right, here we go. Nominee number 1. We've already gone through them, but nominee number 1. Missed them so bad. Oh, fucking Raylos. Dan with nominee number 2 is Vader thinks he stands a chance. Such a fucking Disney thing to say. When they're constantly out there fucking shitting on George Lucas's Star Wars to heighten their bullshit Disney Star Wars, just it actually enforces more that Disney Star Wars isn't Star Wars. It really does. So that's nominee number 2. You've got Jenna saying just over 200 days until they get to see fucking Mandalorian and Grogu again. And you've got Ben Solo is alive saying that they've got Raylo merch in the fucking Disney store in New York, even though it's just fucking sequel trilogy Star Wars merch. Fucking retarded. They're your 4 nominations. Let me get the vote. The vote? Let me get the vote in the poll. Let me get the poll in the vote. Let me get the poll in the chat. Seal. One, two, three, four. Poll is up and running, ladies and gentlemen. We got 25 people here. Come on, lurkers. Come out of the woodwork. Get a couple of votes in there for us, will ya? Please? Pretty please? All right, while we're waiting for some votes to come in, I just wanted to go over to the Den of Shells clip channel because obviously this is just all stuff clipped out from his stream. This is the one that made my brain rot last week. But I just wanted to point out, like, Adam Driver just threw Bob Iger under the bus. No, you covered that in this one, basically. There's even more to the Kathleen Kennedy, Bob Iger Star Wars story. No, there's not. In the way you fucking... I can't do it. You know, after last week, I can't do it with the... And the... that he does constantly in the mic. And the arrogant fucking way that he speaks to his audience like he's fucking Mr. Know-It-All. I also just wanted to point out, like, fucking... I know this is just his clips channel. Yeah, that got 22,000 views because that was trending and that was fucking, you know... But that's trending topics when it comes to Star Wars. 22,000. Then you've 7,000, 7.7K, 8.1, 8.9, 4.3. Now, I know, again, this isn't his main channel, but these views are tiny for things like Star Wars. And then he's even got a video out there. Star Wars is doing something insane for the 50th anniversary. What? IMAX? Releasing it in theaters? Insane Star Wars leaks in the thumbnail. Mate, I wish I had no fucking moral compass and I wish I had no fucking moral integrity to the point where I can clickbait the shit out of people the way this fucking retard does. I don't care. I don't fucking care. Don't watch him for your I know, man. I'm well aware. After that video, I don't think I'll ever watch him again. He disgusts me. He actually disgusts me with the way he acts and talks on a stream and chops it out into videos. You're snorting nothing through your nose except for air because you're so arrogant and so like up your own ass, so vain that's how you act. That's how you act. I swear this is to me, Josh comes across as the type of person that acts like this on stream and everything. And then when you meet him, he's just like this pussy ass little bitch that fucking does nothing. Like that can't speak in a social setting. And I've seen him in those fucking, and you know, the funny thing is that when he's done those panels or whatever with Star Wars theory and everything, he acts like he's on stream. So you still get the snorts and shit. And you still get the arrogance. I don't like him. I hate him. I don't like him as much as I don't like Angry Joe. Same sort of retarded level. So yeah, I just wanted to, you know, hover over that. I'm not fucking going into it. We are going to watch a Grizzy video. And I thought that we'd watch this. We always watch the Knights of the Old Republic cutscenes and everything. One that I don't think I've really ever watched is the Malik and the Old Republic storyline. And it is a 5-minute video, but I'm guessing that because it's from a video game, it's actually fine to watch. Yes, let's watch Grizzy. While we're waiting for some votes to come in. Now, just for anybody that hasn't voted yet, number 1, missed them so bad. Number 2, Vader thinks he stands a chance because Vader's so fucking weak that he wouldn't be able to beat Kylo Ren, the baby fucking emo fucking Kylo. Jenna saying over 200 days till we get to see Mandalorian and Grogu again. So exciting. And then you've got this retard saying that there's Reylo merch at the fucking Disney store when it's just fucking sequel trilogy Star Wars merch. So funny that even on this, it doesn't even say Star Wars. Disney pins, and then yes, it's a Star Wars thing, but it doesn't actually say Star Wars. They do. So there are your 4 nominees. Get your votes in. Let's watch a Grizzly video. Now, I want numbers again from you guys because it's going to be one of 2 videos here that we're going to watch. It's either going to be the Grace Randolph goes on insane rant over rejecting Disney Star Wars Ben Solo movie. And then we've got delusional Disney Star Wars shill claims the Rey movie can save Star Wars. Which one would you like? 1 or 2? Grace Randolph or the delusional Disney shill? 1 or 2 in the chat, ladies and gentlemen. You see that? Yes, he is the guy that does videos with Theory. Oh, split decision. All the ones are just leading. I can't stand Grace. Yeah. All the ones are in the front. Later, dude. Again, we're going to hopefully be starting earlier, so that might make it a little bit better for you. But thanks for stopping by. I appreciate it, dude. Thank you. I can fix I guess one wins. Yeah, I think so. There was 2 2s and 3 1s. And everybody else is lurking and don't really care. They're just listening. All right, do it. Yeah, we're going to have to. Sorry, chat. The democracy. All right, here we go. I'm kind of happy, though, because it is the 6-minute video, whereas the other one was 8-minute video. You know, we don't even need to watch it to know that we're going to like it. It's how good Grizzy is.
When Laura Dern sliced through that starship, loved it so much. I thought the movie was really interesting, although I loved
it so much because it broke the law and retroactively changed the way people thought about like past battles and stuff like that. It's a great idea.
Deconstruct things. And I also have zero respect for Luke Skywalker. He's always been a whiny crybaby, in my opinion. So
see, this is exactly what I was just talking about. They've got a shit on original Star Wars. Now, I don't know how much of a Star Wars fan Grace Randolph actually is, but like, they've got a shit on it to heighten fucking... She was just talking about how she loves the Laura Dern fucking moment and the purple-haired fucking witch that fucking helped destroy Star Wars in a moment. And then it goes on to shit on actual Star Wars. Isn't that crazy? Isn't that fucking crazy? Hello, insert username. How you doing?
Upset when they were saying bad stuff about him. I was like, tracks for me.
You see that? That's a stupid bitch.
Yeah, it is.
So somehow Ben Solo almost returned to Disney Star Wars. Post Rise of Skywalker, by the way. And Grace Randolph, who, as you just heard, is completely insane, was very disappointed over this.
Look at the eyes.
It's so weird. Like, people are like, bring back Wanda. Bring back Kylo Ren. And Disney's like, no. You know, and you're just like, why not?
Because he's dead. Don't you care about the story and the character and the universe that you love? No? Oh, that makes sense then. It's the only circumstance where that actually makes sense.
Characters that we actually want.
Now, I have to ask, Grace, was anybody in the Star Wars fandom, even the Disney Star Wars fandom, pushing for a Ben Solo, Kylo Ren story?
After everybody saw the death of Darth Vader in Return of the Jedi and Palpatine, no one ever said, I want to see the return of Darth Vader or Palpatine. The only time that people said that they want a return of Darth Vader was to do, like, let's say, a prequel after the events of, obviously, Revenge of the Sith and before the events of A New Hope, to see Vader going out there in an R-rated movie or an R-rated series or something like that, just slaughtering fucking some of the surviving Jedi out there. And yes, there are some Jedi that survive, but not as many as Disney has actually created to survive.
Were they pushing for a direct sequel to The Rise of Skywalker and a continuation of the sequel trilogy, which is what this movie would have been?
Also, sorry to interrupt you, Grizzy, but there's also a really good point that Ryan has made about like the rumor mill fucktards out there that all of a sudden when this happens and gets announced, then their scoops start coming. Then their leakers, their insiders, their sources start coming out of the woodwork to report to them. Not for the last 5 years since we've essentially they've known about it. It's so stupid. Anyone that actually still believes those fucking idiots, your Doomcocks and your fucking Mike Zeros and your fucking Cameron Pashas and your retards out there, I know that Ryan and fucking those guys don't really want to drop names because obviously, you know, fucking they don't want any sort of, maybe they don't care, but they just don't happen to drop names. I don't give a fuck. Doomcock, you're a fucking retard. Cameron Pasha, you're a fucking retard. And all the people that actually still listen to you and actually believe you are retarded as well. You are the Mike Zeros that it's crazy to think that all the people that actually believe your bullshit rumors actually know that Mike Zero is full of shit. But they can't see the connection between Mike Zero and the person that they believe. Crazy.
And now this is the big one. Were they also pushing for Disney Lucasfilm to do Somehow Palpatine Returned again, but with Ben Solo?
Yep.
Absolutely not. Absolutely not.
Now, I personally do not recall hearing any of that in the past few years. But according to Grace Randolph, there has always been a deep desire for more Kylo Ren.
I think Kylo Ren is such an incredibly popular character. And while Disney, for some reason, refuses to admit it, he's actually the only popular character that they created once they...
In their delusional world.
In the new trilogy, right?
It's a made-up tale. It's a total fabrication. It never happened. It never happened.
Being one of the lesser-hated characters doesn't make him popular, Grace.
Yeah.
Think about it. We had that ridiculous shirtless scene where everybody was like, what's happening? But I can't look away.
Damn more.
That wonderful more, gif that has become iconic. And then, of course,
those are basically all fucking memes. You're happy that you got memes out of your fucking Star Wars movie. And that means, and because the memes are more revolved around Kylo or Ben, that makes him popular? You're a fucking retard, Grace.
Sketches that he did on Saturday Night Live. Every once in a while I will go back and watch Undercover Boss Starkiller Base.
So those are your reasons, Grace, as to why Bob Iger and Disney should have approved Disney Lucasfilm's post Rise of Skywalker Ben Solo movie. Because you liked the Saturday Night Live Undercover Boss Starkiller Base sketch, the more meme, and Kylo Ren topless.
Yep.
But I guess this last one has to do more with the fact that you want more Reylo, right?
Because what about the Force dyad? The coolest thing to come out of, the other coolest thing to come out of the trilogy. I remember watching Rise of Skywalker being like, oh yes, and by the way, I too was a Reylo shipper. I was like, I sense the chemistry between these two, and it is strong.
And that's the problem with fucking Star Wars is... that.
I was all for them being together. I loved it. Couldn't get enough of it. And so for those reasons, Rise of the Skywalker wasn't horrible.
Rise of the Skywalker.
Riley says, as a Reylo, I was so mad when he died. Their lightsaber battle and the kiss were great. They were, weren't they? Put him in the Rey movie and I'll be much more interested. Oh, that's a good idea, Riley. I think that would be great.
I would like to see them make an argument for bringing him back to life.
People are so fucking weird.
All right, Grace. So besides Reylo, why else does this movie need to happen?
So yes, that's right. It was a Kylo Ren redemption arc. he wanted to morph from Kylo Ren back into Ben Solo. I think that would have been just really fantastic. I mean, in the poetry of it, you know, his grandpapa to follow in his footsteps, you know, to follow him to being saved.
Okay, two things. First, and correct me if I'm wrong, viewers, but didn't that already happen in The Rise of Skywalker? I mean, yes, it was terrible and one of the worst things in the movie. But bringing him back just to rehash that terrible storyline is retarded, Grace, which leads us to number 2. He's fucking dead.
Yep.
But who cares? Nothing to see here. Just close your eyes and pretend it didn't happen.
I'll just use the line, no one's ever really gone.
But I think when you resurrect a character, like for instance, if Captain America were to somehow come back, I don't think a single person would be like, well, how did that make sense? Everybody's like, you said it, I don't care if it makes sense. Too late. Don't take backsies. And
we never saw a Captain America die. What are you talking about? We saw him get old. We've also seen them use time travel to get old. It would be just as stupid as bringing Robert Downey Jr. back as fucking Iron Man. And that Iron Man, the one that died. It would be that stupid. And you know how they're doing it? They're making him Doom. It's stupid.
I think that's the same thing.
Well, I can change that in a hurry.
So I guess just go the Fast and the Furious route with Disney Star Wars, right,
Yeah.
Grace? Where characters that are very obviously killed off are just brought back in later movies.
But I think my guess would be that there was such a bad reaction to Palpatine coming back that they were concerned that it would be a similar situation. But
so you agree that they should have said no at that time? Oh, but maybe at that time. Now bring it out. Because it makes sense now. It didn't make sense back then, but it makes sense now.
You have to understand the brilliance of Kylo Ren.
Just completely glosses over the fact that he's dead.
Is that he very much represents the Star Wars fan today, right? What is maybe labeled as toxic masculinity, but is actually just a man in pain, okay?
I don't know, Gracie. Seems to me like you're projecting your own insecurities onto male Star Wars fans. I mean, we just listened to you for 5 minutes whine and cry because you're not getting your Ben Solo movie and a continuation of your precious Reylo.
But let me tell you something, folks. You can't fix stupid. There's not a pill you can take. There's not a class you can go to.
And I also have zero respect for Luke Skywalker. He's always been a whiny crybaby in my opinion.
Stupid is forever.
All right, everyone. That's all.
Great video, Grizzy. Once again, if you're not subscribed to Grizzy, what are you doing? What are you doing? Go and subscribe to Grizzy, ladies and gentlemen. Good video. Fucking idiots. Fucking idiots. You know what? We're going to watch that next week. The Malik video. Because I want to go. I've been going 3 hours. I want to go so that I can set up a gaming stream. So in maybe like, I'm going to eat something. Maybe in like an hour. Maybe around there. Somewhere around there. Hopefully. Just keep your eyes out. I'm going to probably boot up a Ghost of Tsushima stream, play some video games, we'll hang out, and it should be a lot of fun. So, yeah, just hit your notification bell, turn it to all, and all that good shit. Subscribe if you're not subscribed, of course. Let's finish Seal of the Week. Let's do the poll. 18 votes. How many people we got here? We still got 23 people. Can we get 2 more? Not that I think it's going to change anything. Oh, 19. One more. One more vote. Let me bring it up. Let me bring it up. Get those seal clapping emojis in the chat, members. If you're still here, there's a couple of members here. All right. So, let's see. Number 1, number 2, number 3, and number 4. Oh, we got the 20 anyway. Awesome. 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 Thank you, guys. Appreciate you playing the game and picking your favorite shills. Love your Star Wars news content. Well, thank you, Duff. I appreciate that. I'm like I said, I'm still going to be covering Star Wars, doing my thing, but I am hoping to branch out. Like the goal has been like ever since Flash pushed me to like try and do like just do one video a day. I've been wanting to do that, but like this is what I was sort of saying at the beginning of the stream. Entertainment right now is so fucked that there's not actually a lot to talk about. It's actually kind of fucked, like really bad. Anyway, all right, let's end the poll. We got 21 votes, which is perfect. There is a tie in there, but at least it's not a tie for the top spot. So, this week, in last place with 14% of the vote was Ben Solo is Alive. Thank you. Goodbye. In second place, third place, second last place, with 24% of the vote, with a tie, is number 2 and number 3. And the winner of this week's Seal of the Week with 38% of the vote was After Blossom. Pronouns in bio. That wins just in itself. Miss them so bad with the Raylo. You're a fucking Raylo and you fucking disgust me and you're gross and you're not a real Star Wars fan. You're a Twilight fan that wants everything Twilight in everything. Congratulations, you win this week's Seal of the Week. And that's the game, ladies and gentlemen. We're done. Thank you, everyone, for being here. Is there anyone currently streaming? Is Anna still going, or even Camelot? Because normally Cody raided me a couple of weeks ago, which was awesome because we went for longer than he fucking did. Fuck, Jay Hailstorm's playing games. Cecil is live. Anna's not anymore. Mandy Summers is live, and World Poker Tour is live. I love poker. I haven't played poker in ages. So I guess it's really only Cecil or Jay Hailstorm until I go live with fucking and play a game. So you can go over and I'm not gonna give you links. You can go and find it yourself. But in like an hour, you better come back. All right. Guys, again, thank you all for being here. I do really appreciate all of you and hanging out. The lurkers, I know you're there. I know you're there. And I wish I could grift on the lurker tax thing, like some of those other guys out there, but I'm not. I don't know. Maybe I should. Why is there fucking? How did they get that? Maybe I should pay your lurker tax. No, I'm fucking stirring. But yes, thank you to the lurkers. If you're coming back and re-watching the stream, like your Lara A's out there, I know you're here. Watching Lara. Thank you. Thank you for your ongoing support. Thank you. And Lara, let me just say this as well, being that you don't really get the acknowledgement because you send it as a super chat. Thank you. Lara's sent me a couple now, just a couple of bucks. Super chats, super thanks, super chats in the comments. And I just want to say thank you so much for those. I really appreciate that too. Yeah, stay tuned. We're going to be doing videos. We're going to be doing live streams. I'm going to be doing more gaming. I know I should probably be doing a lot of this on separate channels and shit like that, but I'm not fucking smart and I'm not fucking organized and I don't really fucking care. I might be screwing my algorithm. I hope that I'm putting out enough content that it doesn't really matter, even though my sub count just seems to be stagnant. I don't know whether or not I fucked my channel earlier, and then now that I'm trying to evolve it into something else, like, I don't know. But anyway, so stay tuned for videos. Stay tuned for some more live streams, some more gaming streams. Catch us on Flashcast on the weekends. For me, it's Sunday. If you're in Australia, it's obviously Saturday night for you guys in America, which lucky you, because with how much I drink, I always have a fucking horrible day on Mondays at work. But you can catch us there. That's always fun. Removes a little bit away from Star Wars. But other than that, that's about it. That's about it. Stay awesome, guys. Stay awesome. And we will see you next week. Did I miss anything? Let me just make sure. Super chats, I got them all. Let me just shout them out. So SWA, thank you for the gift of memberships and the super chat. Mike Hill and Mr. Bantham, thank you for being members and for your member chats. Beta Bucks Deluxe, thank you for your super chats. And of course, Jeff the Geek Blend, thank you for the big 50 banger. I really appreciate it. Guys, you guys are awesome. Heading to bed, Mr. Bantham. Good night. Take it easy, everyone. Take care. And we'll see you next week for another Casual Rage. Peace.
They came bounding over.
Fuck off! Disney! You fucking cunt!
Put a ticket in, make your name gay!
Yeah, I think I remember seeing the movie. There's one scene that sticks out, and it probably sticks out for everybody, which is that, have you heard the tragedy of Darth Plagueis the Wise?
A few minutes? Are you kidding? At the rate they're gaining?
No, what is it? You have to shoot this. Traveling through hyperspace is like dusting crops, kid. Without precise calculations, we fly too close to a store. They're bouncing to a supermarket and then...
Yeah.
It'd be a hell of a mess.
What's that?
Watch. You're losing the deflector shields. Go strap yourselves in. Be careful on the way out.
Yeah, sure. I'm taking very caution.
You go away.
Bounce too near a supermarket?